What is up, folks?
Hey, I want to say one thing. Chris,
Yes.
if no one says you don't have perfect timing, you have perfect timing.
Do I?
Yeah.
Yeah, it was great timing. Rob, I'll take those, by the way. The only reason why I hesitated is because my CD player there's an issue with it. So I need to get
go to a Goodwill and pick up a good CD.
I saw one. I actually went to Goodwill over the past week and there was a perfect.
No, we don't need this CD player.
My wife does not want me to have any more physical media, but I went to Goodwill and there was like the perfect size, but it didn't have the remote, and you basically need the remote because
right. And you go to a place like Amazon and buy a universal remote.
All right. Well, I didn't think of that. But
man, can people help Mike?
Hold on for one with the remote, man. What's up, Zeb?
Hey, everyone.
Yeah, no.
Folks.
Now, Korean, you have one up on Mike. You have a free pass for whatever you want. Bring an elephant into the house, whatever.
That is true.
I went early this morning. And went to estate sales. You run into this where they have kick-ass records, and they're $150 each. I'm not even joking.
Jesus Christ.
There was the one Bill Evans where he's playing both pianos. I never see that record.
Oh yeah,
a lot of OGs, but there was another guy who actually if anyone knows 818 Records, he used to sell on Instagram. He started his own website. He's a nice guy named Nick. I befriended him from seeing him at things, and he goes, "Dude, look at the prices of this! It's unbelievable. He wants $1,000 for 14 records. It's crazy."
Is that one called like Intermodulations or something? That Bill Evans?
It might be.
Yeah.
There's also an OG copy.
Yeah,
the MPS one. There was an OG of that. They wanted $75. These records didn't like. They had Birth of Cool, like a '60s reissue.
Mm-hmm.
For $30, and that goes for like $15.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Birth of the Cool does not go for $15.
A 60s
reissue of it with Brown.
Okay,
man, Mike's feisty today. Calm down, everyone.
So
just because I want that record with the turquoise label, and every time it comes up, even if it's like VG, it comes up for like $90.
Well, but this and what these records were not pristine. But my friend who I'm selling records for had a friend whose sibling is passing away, and they gave him all his records for free. So I have them, and a lot of jazz, a lot of good shit in it. So I picked that up today.
It is a bumtastic Friday, Loki.
Yeah. I have a private message for you.
Is it the one called Bill Evans from Left to Right?
Maybe that's right.
Is that when he went from being a communist to a fascist?
It is an awesome cover, I will say. Let me see if I can find it.
What is up, Jeffrey?
All right, from Left to Right, 1971, released on American Jazz.
Never heard of that.
I have a message sent to you guys.
Okay.
What's up? You got Mike?
Yeah.
Oh yes.
Hey Mike, so I got this collection today too. I picked up a lot of crap. I got all your art peppers. I'll send those to you.
Oh, cool. Thanks.
But there was a lot of jazz CDs that I will show. But if people want, I will do that.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
For sure. This is a good point. Those MPS, the reissues you can get them for $20 for
less.
Yeah,
so there was an MPS of 4 altos with Phil Woods, and I think they wanted it's probably like $15, but I left it because somebody took like a pen to the cover and just like drew on it. And
4 altos or Alto Summit? I haven't seen.
No, 4 altos, and it's MPS. Hold on, I thought it was a reissue, but it may not be. Hold on.
While you guys are being boring. Let me show some of these jazz CDs.
Fuck you, man.
Do you know this, Spike?
Yeah, it's a Chesky release, right? Yeah.
Okay. This looks like it's a tribute to Miles.
That's good. That is good.
Yep.
Yeah.
Who are on these records?
Well, there you go.
Let's see.
Keith Jarrett, Gary
Oh,
Peacock, and Jack DeChanette.
Oh, you know what, Mike? I think you've shown that before.
Not me.
I just feel like I remember seeing that.
We were talking. Somebody showed it because we were talking about the photograph.
You
Yeah,
know,
I remember that silhouette.
there's a thing about me I don't really talk about on these streams, that I have ESP and I can predict the future. I feel another mic on mic lashing tonight.
Already?
Yes.
Well, we're overdue for sure. Why can't I make you big?
Well, you can't make me.
Do anything?
Oh, cool. I have this.
I
But
assume
here's the great thing. People, you non-CD people, the
Yeah.
great thing about CD and why Mike Notes and Tones is better than the rest of us
Mhm.
is look at all that extra shit that's on here,
I know.
True.
That's not on the album.
Mhm.
my copy of that sounds like garbage.
So,
We have a problem brewing in the peanut gallery already.
What?
Man.
So let me drop an invite if anybody.
Zeb says, Rob, I'm glad you were there for Manzi's auction. Your auction was still vastly superior.
Zeb, I appreciate it, but we're all here to spread the love.
And then Manzi says, Zeb's shitty auction records were shipped out.
Zeb, I'm gonna step up and say that Mazzy's being silly.
Yeah.
Does not think you're a problem, but there's still another 5 hours of this nonsense to go.
We have the Maslowian flip here.
Ooh, that's brilliant. Nice.
I'm confused.
Yeah. They did a huge number of CDs.
Yeah, I thought they were only classical. I didn't know they did.
And the sound is great. I have some McCoy Tyner that they did.
Check this one out.
Yeah.
This is a good one.
Let me see. Hold on. Yeah. Oh, yeah. He did a lot. Yeah, Ray Brown did a lot of those.
Wait. What is that? What was that? When was that recorded?
It's like, what, 90s or something, I think?
Yeah, 95.
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
I don't know. Do you know this? This might be classical. I don't think so.
That's
Nah,
cool.
I'm not familiar with that one.
Where'd you get all these CDs from, man?
From this collection, from the
That is freaking great. That is so good. It is one of the best McCoy, like, post Coltrane.
It's it's Chetsky.
Yeah. I have the vinyl of that, but you don't, like we were talking about earlier, you don't get all of the music.
Mike, I can't be sure, but I think I might have put I put a few extra records in your thing that you know.
Me, Mike, or
but I thought I could have sworn I put a McCoy. No, I don't remember what I put in, but there might have been a McCoy Tyner in there.
All right, cool.
He blessed you.
Wait, which Mike, Mazzy?
He sent you a love letter.
Both Mike's got extra. Both Mike's got extra shit. I was talking about Tone and Notes and Tone. I think I put a McCoy Tyner. I can't remember now. So I tried to match it, but I couldn't. I mean, not match it, but
yeah.
I have the 4LP 33 version of this.
Yeah.
This is an album people should have.
Oh, yeah. What is it?
But here's the funny thing about this. She grew up like 10 miles away from me.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I moved away from DC like 30 years ago. And she didn't, all her fame was after she passed away.
Right.
Yeah. Let's see what
Are you
else.
feeling better, Mazzy? Were you sick?
I have a little cough still. I'm feeling much better. Totally better. Nature was great. Nature cures everything.
Yeah.
Kim Kardashian's on this. No. Does anyone know this?
Zeb, write down. I can't remember what you bought. Write down in the comments.
Is that an ECM?
Yeah.
Can you show that one more?
Now,
one more time?
If anyone's interested in these, let me know.
Was Paul Motion on that? Oh no. Okay.
I'm keeping this one until they reissue the vinyl on this. That like the Analog Productions, I guess, is the only vinyl of it? And that goes for a lot of money.
Yeah.
What is that, Concord?
Yeah, but this is an excellent sounding album. It's crazy.
Well, I like the 80s.
What do they do on that?
80s Concord stuff, Mike?
I think it might have been the way it was recorded.
What are the songs on that?
Exactly Like You.
Are these
It it says Ray Brown dedicates this to you, Mike. Cry me a river. Meet me tonight. Take the A train. Mistreated but undefeated blues. That's all. Easy does it and Sweet Georgia Brown. Then I have all the Art Pepper stuff for Mike and Mike.
Oh, cool.
Awesome.
But I did pick up. I show records I bought for myself today, but these come from this collection, and I'm going to decide when I'm going to sell them and how. But does anyone know this one?
Yeah.
That isn't that like just before Coltrane left the group?
Yeah, it has an interview. Does that one have the interview with him on it?
It says. I don't see an interview on here.
No, because I know I have the CD and they have the interview with Coltrane on it.
But I don't know this label, the Dragon from Sweden.
Yeah,
I think it's a good label. I think that's a pretty expensive record, actually.
I'm going to price some of these. There's OJCs at the Yin Yang.
Okay,
Nice.
That's good. Is that a more modern one or like? Well, no, that has a sticker, so that's
right. So it looks like it's not the original. It's his like second issue.
Okay.
It looks like the ones from when Mazzy sold them.
Uh-huh.
I don't know. I didn't see this one.
Boy, he looks comfortable on that.
Yeah, he's kicked back, man.
Yeah,
what is that? What label was that originally on?
This was originally on Pablo.
Okay.
That's a Pablo.
Angelo
Did you pick these up at the In-Groove?
No. No, I was hanging out at the hospital with the ambulance chasing lawyers, and they were pointing out. I've never seen this one.
I've seen it.
It's cool. It's a big band. It's
Yeah.
like that's great.
Yeah,
I've never seen. Mike, do you have this one? I guess this is a Pablo. So
What is that?
I do not have that Tommy Flanagan. Nope.
It's a Pablo, but it looks like this is a different cover.
No.
That's a cool cover.
Yeah. Pablo is OJC.
I didn't realize they did so many Pablos.
They did 1,000 of them, right? So
yeah, this is
on OJC. I mean,
yeah, 1,000 OJCs.
They changed the covers out. They did different cover art for Pablo's.
Well, no. Okay. I have that. I have the OG of that. It's real good.
Yeah,
these are most of them.
Box set.
A lot of them are not black and white.
Oh.
I have this, but I sold this last auction. I think.
What's on that? Does it say the record? Is it reissues or new stuff?
No, this is 2 unreleased sessions.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Thank you, Zeb. Thanks, Zeb. I think I put another record in there too.
You know, why don't you and Zeb get a room?
Well, I'm trying to answer. I'm trying to be. I'm turning over a new leaf to be nice to Peanut Gallery.
Wait. Can you show that again? What records are those?
This is just a comp of all their stuff. These ugly covers are comp.
I wouldn't mind that.
It's not that expensive. I'll put this aside for you.
Thank you, Mark.
Thank you.
I might keep this one.
I can't see. Okay.
Oh, sorry. Let me put them bigger again.
It's Ahmad Jamal, his Impulse stuff.
I don't think I have
these are not expensive. They for most of the artists they did these comp Coopers. They're really good.
Hey, did everybody is everybody picking up the Ahmed Jamal that new reissue that's coming out today? What is it?
Yeah, I picked it up. I played it already. I cleaned it and played it already.
What did you think of it?
It was, I know a lot of people like that and say it's like, they rave about it. And I love Ahmad Jamal. It's not one of my favorite Ahmad Jamals. I think it's a solid one. And I never thought it was, really a great recording sound-wise.
Yeah.
Anyway. And I forgot who did the remastering. Did that? I don't. Maybe they barely.
It should be Ryan K. Smith in the demo.
I don't think it's him. I remember looking at it, and it's someone different for this one.
I saw it at the store. I didn't pick it up. But
same.
This
I should have picked up the Bernard Purdy. I didn't. I skipped that.
Oh, I skipped it too.
Yeah, but both of them, the backs are on the Bernard Purdy. I listened to them. They're like, din, din, It's that same kind of jazzy organ stuff.
Oh God, it's like all the same. You know, all you Jewish guys think the same as jazz.
I have an inner city of this, which sounds excellent. This is the East Wind, direct to disc, I think. Herman.
Oh, very nice.
Yeah, this is a killer record.
Are you keeping that?
Well, I'll give you my inner city one. I'll put it aside for you.
Okay.
But it's Shelly Manne, Ray Brown, and Joe Sample. It's really
All right,
good.
so it looks like it's not Ryan K. Smith on the Ahmed Jamal. It's I guess Kevin Gray.
Really? I don't. But
Okay.
you know, it depends on the tape. But like I said, originally
Yeah,
I don't think it
absolutely.
was a great sounding recording anyway. So you know.
I think
Right.
I have a whole run of these Art Tatum volumes.
Yeah, that's. I mean, I think that's
Carlos, I'm not going to listen to Rob, so it's okay.
Hey, Mazzy, you might be interested in this record.
I have it.
What do we got?
It's
I like that
Jennifer
record.
Warren.
In fact, I have an extra one in my collection to sell too.
Didn't Impex reissue that with a different cover?
Yeah. It's a really good. If you like Leonard Cohen, it's a really good record, really good sounding record.
Yeah.
Let's see what else I got here. Yeah, all these Art Tatums. Cotton Club soundtrack.
Well, okay.
Yeah. See, Alex says that one. It's not Kevin Gray. It's someone in Nashville.
That might be.
Oh, I'm sorry. Okay.
Is the guy Peter Graves or Michael Graves or something?
No, not Michael Graves. It's not Michael Graves.
There's a guy that works between. What's the guy's name? I saw him on the forums, and he goes back and forth between working with Kevin at Coherent and in Salina or Salina.
I know. I think I know who you're talking about.
Lavella or something.
Hold on. Let me see if I can get
It's Lavella, I think.
Well, no.
I have that. That's a good Dizzy Gillespie record.
It's a live. It looks like it's a live out.
I have. Isn't it Montreux? Is it Montreux or no?
No. You know what? It looks like it's a studio record. It's a double record.
I have that.
No, the guy was. I was thinking of somebody different, Mazzy.
So there was a box of these. Is that what you're saying, Mike? Those Art Tatums.
Yeah, I have a box of the group and the solo.
Nice.
There's a box
like at the right before the pandemic started, like dirt cheap.
That's awesome.
Does anyone have this? Because I see it all the time. I don't have this.
I don't know what that is.
It's a modern jazz quartet, man.
Oh wow! No, I've never seen that. Oh, you know what? Actually, I think I've read a review of that, and that's very good.
Yeah.
What label was that put out by?
Atlantic.
I got a couple. I got another record with those two on it. It's really good.
I've heard the Ellas on Pablo are good.
They are.
Yeah, I have two copies of those. I think Fred gave me one, or I bought it from him. I'm not sure.
This is a Sheffield. I have a bunch of these Sheffield.
Dave Cruzen.
Yeah. Who's on here with him? Ron Carter, Lee Rettenauer, Larry Bunker's on here. That's
How come Pablo Cruz wasn't on Pablo?
I don't know. But Mazzy, tell us about this. Do you know that DCC label?
Yeah, that's Kevin Gray and
that's
Steve Hoffman.
That's the European classics, right?
Steve Kaufman and Kevin Gray. Those go for, as you would say, those go for money.
Yeah.
No, I know the Beach Boys' Pet Sounds is crazy.
Yeah.
Here's one.
I have the two Linda Ronstadt Greatest Hits 1 and 2 that Hoffman did. They're really good.
Oh,
this album is insanely good. I have from the box, the Blue Note.
Oh, that's right. They put in that box.
Yeah, but
price it and let me know what you want for it, Rob. Let me get first crack.
You can just have every record, man.
I have a black bee of that.
Yeah, this is one of his best, I think.
Yeah.
Maybe though it's true that it's a classic.
Okay, so this
Andy says that's $150 Doors record.
Well, there you go. That's how much it is.
You
know what? Right. If people want it with waiving fees and stuff, because I'm selling this for my friend, so it's not for me. Jazz at the Pawn Shop. I have 3 copies now of this. This is an OG.
Can you keep it still? God, I'm getting like. Oh.
Can you keep all your complaining directed at Zeb, please?
No, Zeb's a good guy.
All right, we have to move on to something.
Did anyone know there was a sequel to it?
No, I did not know that.
Okay. And then I'll show this. There's an OG of that.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. All right. I'll Bobby Hutchison. $350 for that.
All right, Rob, that was an amazing haul. You got all of that today?
Well, this is from this one collection my friend got from a friend.
Okay.
My personal haul is kick ass. I'll show it later.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
But I mean, just going back to those CDs. Hey, Rob, are you're giving away that McCoy Tyner one?
I might keep it, but I'm part of that collection. I'll probably sell it for my friend.
Yeah, I mean, that is just an excellent CD.
You don't have it?
No, I have it, and I have the LP also.
Oh, okay.
Didn't that have Joe Henderson on it?
Yeah, it's Joe Henderson, Ron Carter, Al Foster.
Oh yeah, you have talked about this before. I thought.
Yeah, it's amazing.
It's mine.
Who else is on that? Like, who's like the engineer and producer? It seems like there's a few other names.
Well,
on
it's a Chesky recording, so
yeah,
the sound is fabulous.
Norman Chepsky.
Okay.
David Chepsky produced it. Bob Katz. Bob Katz is big, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was bar mitzvahed with him. I went to Sunday school with Bob Katz.
You were bar mitzvah with everybody.
Nice.
Anyway, this is the one I picked up. The only jazz thing I picked up today. I got some other. The other stuff is the stuff that everyone's got. Tone Poet. I'm not going to show. I picked this one up today.
Oops.
Hey, by the way,
there we go.
You got it.
Yes.
Nice. That estate sale I went to had an OG copy of it. The guy just messaged me and said, "Oh man, it's autographed."
Well, I got a text from Kimbo. Kimbo, who picked a bunch of records. He goes, "I just looked at one of the records you gave me, Oscar Peterson. I mean, I didn't give it to him; he bought him. But there's an Oscar Peterson record there that turns out was autographed, signed.
Cool.
Oh, that's awesome.
Here's a question we should address for a new guy.
Okay.
It says, I know Acoustic Sound says the Miles Davis for $40, but I see them for mid-20s on eBay. Can you educate a newbie?
Which
Thanks.
Miles?
I'm guessing he's talking about steaming, relaxing, cooking.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, I can jump in here. So it's not that you can't get them for cheaper, because you probably can get like an OJC perhaps of one of those three for cheaper. However, original copies in clean condition, unless somebody misprices it, is going to go for more than double that price for all of those, probably like triple that price plus. So the Chad, brand new from the original master tape, done at QRP, mastered by who mastered those? Are those Kevin?
I think, yeah.
So I have them, and I have early pressings, and I've AB'd them. I highly recommend those. I think it's worth the money given how much a great sounding copy goes for.
And the covers are nice. They're just
I mean, the whole package is good. However, if you really are hesitant about the dollar, check out the OJCs, see what those go for. If you can get one of those, they probably do sound really good, and you'll be good. So
I think they're going for at least $25-$30. Those the Miles.
They're probably pretty expensive as well. But I mean, you might be able to find them cheaper. But that would be my recommendation.
Yeah.
Yeah, the other thing to look at on eBay is the condition. I mean, they could be an older copy of it. If it's beat to shit, you won't enjoy it.
I'm not going to quote anything for the rest of my life on Discogs anymore.
No more UB40 records.
I have like the mark of the devil on my back now. I just
no.
Oh, that's a wax joke.
What? That's not a joke I would make.
I thought you did. Didn't you do that the other day? Like my back whipping. Wasn't that you?
Yes, I make a lot of back whipping reference jokes. That's part of. I have a little segment.
What kind of videos are you sharing with each other?
I'm workshopping it, Mazzy.
All right, so hold on. I'm going to jump in because I did want to start the stream with this, but I also wanted a few people to join. And I will, for people who are watching this after the stream, check out the description. I'm going to link all these channels. But I had a good experience over the week. I got a record that a lot of people really don't know about. Let me just show this really quick. But her stuff is very hard to get original US pressings of. And It's thank you. It's Beverly Kenny. She has this is her debut in 55 on Roost. This is a really rare record that a lot of people it's an expensive record.
How do you do that?
She's very popular with Japanese collectors, so there are a good amount of Japanese reissues. And anyway, so I reached out to somebody on Discogs who had it to ask a question, and the person I knew. So I just thought it'd be a good idea to showcase this guy's channel, and then this made me think of some other channels that that kind of I feel like fall into this category. So let's do that. So number one, let me share my screen. So essentially, there's 4 channels I'm going to recommend. Everybody who watches us I would assume, would really like them. They're all college students, and they have channels that are just dedicated to jazz. And they just every once in a while they'll put a post up with their like recent acquisitions, and they get killer stuff. So I wanted to just kind of give them a shout out. So hold on, give me 1 second here.
There won't be a scandal after this is over, will there?
No. So okay, is my screen sharing? My computer's slow as hell. Where is it?
Just thinking about it.
Amanda, his music.
Okay.
Oh, man.
All right. So this first one is Ryan. This is the guy I corresponded with on Discogs about this record that I got. So this is I didn't buy it from him. I just had a question about it, and I saw that he had it in his collection. So I shot him a message, and this is a man in his music, and that is a reference as a Sinatra reference. So I already, appreciate that. But I'm pretty sure all these guys are college students, and you can see like let me make this a little bigger.
He looks like I think I watch him. He's like 16 or something, isn't he?
No, he's in college. He's not 16.
Oh.
But his collection is killer. Just killer stuff. I mean, look at his thumbnails. He has OG.
Be careful with your wording, Joe.
Yeah. Have you offered to mentor these young men, Mike?
Well, look, I think everybody here should sub up to them because
Absolutely.
I watch them. And I don't know if you see this top 12 jazz vinyl. This screenshot where he has this Clifford Brown, that is a super rare Clifford Brown that I had no clue even existed. And they know their stuff, and I definitely recommend. I'm gonna drop links to all this in the chat and also, but. And also in the description. So if you're watching it later, you can grab it. But anyway, Ryan from A Man in His Music, awesome. The next one is Aiden Buck. He's also a college student. He does all jazz. I mean, he does some stuff outside of jazz, but generally it's mostly jazz. He's also a trumpet player, so he puts like his live performances up. But you can see he has like OGs of Maiden Voyage. He's talking about jazz books. This guy's channel, if you're into us, definitely check. He's got Dorothy Ashby, Funkadelic Maggot Brain, Pharoah Sanders OG. I mean, OG, that's ESP, I think. So killer channel. So I'll drop a link to this guy too.
I subscribe to him too. He's good.
The next one is Donovan Lee.
I like Donovan. Yeah.
And
in 20 years, you're going to be the dizzy to these guys.
So yeah. So his channel is I'm Hard for Hard Bop, which is clever. And yeah, he does the same thing. So like, he's showing his Lee Morgan VJs. He's got, Bags, Groove, Miles Davis, OG, Art Blake. So, they're all jazz. So like, check them out. They post stuff. And then the last one is this guy, Brian. This is at Fluffy Records. And he's just posted a thing today, mail time. And he's showing, he shows this, but he actually has some real like heat that he shows. And he actually collects a lot of 10 inches. And so anyway, so it's really cool. He has like an OG Mode for Joe. He's got Uno Mas comparison. So, like these guys are great. So I just want to give them a shout out because I feel like if you like our content, you'll like their content.
Good job.
Well, Bradley recommends them too. He follows them as well.
All right, cool. I'm going to drop their links into the channel so people can sub.
Yeah.
All right. Now, how do I remove this?
Like that.
But they're all in college and they're, they,
are you sure?
Is this better? Is this a better representation of this one?
I mean, it doesn't matter, but they seem that first guy.
No, they're definitely they're definitely at least in college.
Okay.
Yeah, so they're rushing the fraternity of Mike, Jazz Bum Mike.
That's right.
Whatever. You know what? I hope.
I think they
Thank you,
follow.
sir. Did you ask him to repeat this phrase? Thank you, sir. May I have another?
All right, hold on. There's Donovan's and then the final one here. So anyway,
John's worried they're going to show up to his house and take his records after he dies. That's going to be Rob, John.
all right.
Yeah. Come. I'm alone. I have nothing going on. There's no one to inherit.
And
all
right.
I have like 12 nieces and nephews. They'll come and pick me clean.
Yeah.
So the question I had for Ryan was, so this record is really expensive. This is like $100+ record, like all.
So
day.
you spent $100 on that?
What an awkward
It came up
looking.
for a really, really good price.
That
Way
photograph
less.
is awkward looking. Her hand position there. Though.
Yeah, I know
Hey,
it is.
I do it all the time, Azzy. But where's the
Now,
picture
hold
with
on.
her
So
tongue sticking out?
So she has, she has a like a Chet Baker style in the sense there's like that soft like Julie London, Chet Baker kind of that's her style, and she does all standards and they're great. But the question I had is, the person I bought this off of, she goes, I just want to let you know the label's peeling up. Now for me, when I hear that, I think labels only peel up of one type of record, polystyrene, right? Styrene records, because otherwise they're pressed and they don't come up. But polystyrene, they press them and then they glue them. And that's why when you see records with their labels falling off, they're usually polystyrene because the glue's 40 years old. So I reached out to Ryan and he was like, yes, it probably is polystyrene, but it sounds really good. And this is like minty copy. I mean, this thing was in the original like onion shrink and like not played at all. So anyway, I highly, highly recommend checking out.
Who plays on there with her?
Let me see if they.
You'll be able to tell if it's styrene by if you bang it.
You tap it, right?
Yeah. And it
just
doesn't really vibrate.
It's got a high pitched sound, yeah.
It doesn't vibrate like vinyl.
Well, my question was, it wasn't so one, I was just like, well, if the label's falling off, it's probably polystyrene. But my issue was, should I buy it anyway? Like, is it going to sound bad? So I got it. The first time I played it, I ultrasonicked it twice, and there's like a little bit of crunch on the top end. But the second time I played it, that was really minimized. So this is really good.
So who's on there with her?
I'm not. It doesn't list them out. It might be in the back. It might be in the liner notes, but it's a small group. I think it's like a quartet that backs her. And Johnny Smith plays guitar, which is why it's Beverly Kenny sings for Johnny Smith, and she does. I don't know a lot of these songs, but she's fantastic. She has basically like 3 records, and then she passed away. So her catalog isn't like extensive, but she has really great vocal chops. So highly recommend checking this out. Don't sleep on it because of the weird image or the whatever pastel like print.
How are you going to sleep on it if it's like rare and unavailable?
But anyway, well, stream it. Give it a stream, and put her on your radar, because she has at least 2 other records from. I think there's another one on Roost, and I can't remember where the other one is, but she's great. She's really good. You definitely, if you find her, get her in your collection. Does anybody here have her?
No.
John does.
Has anybody ever heard of her before?
No.
Yes, because you should that record 17 times.
Well, I've had searches about maybe like 8 months to a year, and this is my first time able to buy one because the prices are just extraordinary. She's really hard to get. Like original U.S. pressings, it's impossible. Yeah, I think there's like one on Discogs right now for like a lot of money.
You won't be for very long.
No?
Yeah.
Guess we're gonna go buy it.
Like that pressing actually, it has, I think 60 something people have it and like double that want it, and it's never been sold on Discogs. That specific pressing. So
that is
anyway, just put her on your radar if you see her stuff. That's
what's her name? Beverly
Kenny. Yeah. Kenney.
Like the shoe.
Yes.
Oh,
one second. I want to, Brendan, you weren't here last week, right?
I was not.
So I want to give you props.
Look at this.
Here or
2
what?
weeks ago, you showed
for not being here.
No. 2 weeks ago, you showed the the record. What's his name, Mike? That me and you did a video.
The Sleet record.
Sleet record.
Which one?
Sleet.
The Sleet. The members only.
Don Sleet. Right.
Don Sleet.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, that night, by the morning, Mike, how many copies it sold?
It was around like 7 or 8, but one of those was also Mike Notes and Tones, I think. Because Mike, didn't you buy that like the morning of the stream?
We basically sold out the record from you recommending it. The copy I got was that Wave, the WJC.
Yeah.
Sounds excellent, by the way.
Oh, the one
with the green,
it's the little waves.
Yeah. From the right.
Yeah. Sounded good. Okay.
Yeah, no.
It's a great record.
No, that's kick ass. But what I'm saying is you don't know your own power.
I have the power.
Yeah, I will say I don't think I was on that stream, and I was listening to it, and you guys, I mean, that's why I ended up buying it, because I was listening.
I definitely shouldn't recommend any records that I want to buy, if that's what you're saying.
No, absolutely not.
No, don't do. We call that a mic, where you show your card on.
I really want this.
You know what? The thing is, if it's in your cart and you haven't pulled the trigger on it, then if somebody, it can't be that.
What is that, man? Hang on.
This is the next one after Mike that you should all go buy right now.
All right, we're testing this out, so please don't buy that record.
Why is this not working? Man?
Maybe we should do a show. The record you have to buy. That's the
Yeah.
Thank you, Lucky.
Hey, Felipe, how's it going?
Doing good. I just got back from Tampa, so just getting acquainted. Just opened my mail, got some stuff, and that's it. Enjoying.
Thank you, Loki. If anybody hasn't watched our video, you should watch it. We did a video about all the Miles MoFi stuff.
The Miles MoFi, yeah. So I got a couple of things this week. I'm gonna show a few now. I met a guy local selling here some records. I never saw this Columbia label. Have you guys seen this?
Yeah, those are like an early '80s, late '70s reissue series.
Mm-hmm. Which one is it?
Art Farmer.
What record is it, though? Do you know?
Which record is that, though?
I think it's like
show the lineup again. Is that Jimmy Heath in that with Art Farmer?
Yeah,
is that the portrait? Is that the portrait of Farmer?
I'm not sure because I got it. He plays like Around Midnight, Watermelon Man. There's a bunch of stuff here. Produced by Theo Macero, actually.
Found it.
Song for My Father. There's
It's called the Art Farmer Quintet Plays the Great Jazz Hits.
Yeah, it's a 1980. Yes.
Yeah, I see. I see those often. That's a record that's not that hard to find. You didn't pay that much for it, right? That's like a $7 record.
I paid $200 for that record when John Bandy told me to buy it.
Yeah, exactly.
And the label's kind of different. Yeah.
Yeah, I got one from you, Rob. That's from that series.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
They sound good. They're very value. I mean,
yeah, I haven't cleaned them yet, so let's see. I got this other one here on the Kudu. This is Johnny Hammond Breakout.
That's a good one. Cool.
That's part of CTI, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So Eric Gale, Grover Washington, Hank Crawford, Johnny Hammond, Ayrton, Billy Cobham, Danny Moore, Johnny Williams, and he plays like pop songs like a Carole King, stuff like that. So let's see. I haven't tried this record yet, and I'm gonna show one more.
I feel the earth move under my feet.
No, actually plays. It's Too Late.
It's too late, baby. Now.
Yeah. Act right now for the song stylings of Mazzy.
Yeah. Yes, and another one. There's an actual CTI. It's a George Benson. Beyond the Blue Horizon.
Oh yeah.
That is pretty cool. He plays So What?
I remember my dad had that one. My dad had all the George Bensons.
Yeah.
I like that.
I heard to the first side, and I truly dig it.
John Bandy. While I packed this afternoon, I listened to the entire Stunty live stream playing music.
How was it?
I like listening to it because he plays
Hey,
music and he plays shit.
Hey,
never
Massey,
heard.
don't lie that you listen to it, please.
No, I did.
I usually listen to it.
No, seriously, I like because he plays such a wild variety of stuff, and then he sticks something sort of semi-commercial in the mid. I love it, actually. I really enjoy that.
I like he'll like play well, I mean, every stream's different, but like all of a sudden he'll play like some remix of like a hip hop song from like 2001, and I just love that because like I was in high school then, so it was like great to hear that.
But he plays some just the ambient stuff and some of the atonal stuff. I like listening to that. It's a perfect time when you're packing and tape, putting tape and bubble wrap shit. It's perfect for that.
Yeah.
Do you talk shit to you every 5 minutes in between?
No.
Just
That
so
was
just for words.
Anyway.
Just for words during music. Yes, they do actually have a little reproduction of the original cover here.
Oh, that's cool.
What's the front? Show me the front again.
That's the
Oh, that
with
one.
the truck.
Got
Yeah.
it.
Weird choice for a.
And that truck, that cargo container is like a $3 million house in Austin right now.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, can I make everyone look silly and show the records I picked up for myself today?
Hey, Rob, Roberto wants to know about the Omnivore Art Pepper.
Well, which one? There's several records. By the way, everybody, go to Omnivore today. It ends today, I believe. 50% off. I'll
If
put
you
a
have to
link.
use a Coward mattress,
Yeah, you have to use. Yeah, you have to use. Mazzy Lies is the go word. Hey, I got a record envy from Jazz Bum Mike.
Oh, hang on.
That's a good one.
Which version is that?
This is 1970. Hey, I look really like Felipe right now.
I'm trying to.
Hey, this is the 1975 Japan.
Mm-mm-mm.
It looks,
No, Rob, I joined the club and I have the OG. Okay.
You have the
Oh,
OG.
Oh, Jesus.
Which club? The hair club for men?
Did you get it from me? You got it from me.
Yeah, from Brando. Yeah, I bought from Brando. I have no
Oh,
OG.
very nice.
Has anyone? I've never seen this record before. Does anyone seen this one?
Yes.
Yes.
No.
I saw it 45 minutes ago when you showed it to me the first time.
You shove it.
Ah,
But it only came out in
a lot.
Spain. It only came out in
No, it
Spain.
didn't. No,
Huh.
no.
that's so cool.
He
I
has a
actually have
record
a-
on New Jazz that's really good.
Look who's on here.
Yeah.
I actually have a Quinnichet record that I'm going to
Yeah,
show
no
later.
clone.
Is it Quinnichet or Quinnichet?
Quinnichet, I think. I think
Oh,
it's French,
that's a
it's just
killer
like Chet.
record.
Right. So this, I these are like
Yes.
this. 1 year in 1980, they put out like a series like this.
Oh.
Yeah.
I got the last week the Steve Lacy and Don Cherry sounded awesome.
Uh-huh.
That's
So,
what really important to me.
That was
That's a-
originally was the Ray Draper, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
There's
Yeah, and
several
that
different versions of it. They had another one, but this thing was clean as.
So that's the record that's on Prestige. It's on New Jazz, and he's sitting on the ground with his tuba, and then it's got a blue tint to it. But that record is like crazy expensive.
Well, not this one.
Not that one, but that's a way to get it for a good price.
All right. And
Whoa. You're being called out here. Didn't Rob show that last week?
no, I bought it today.
Okay. They're watching.
Don't get on my bad side because nothing ever good comes from it. So this is this was put out later because it's like all the left off records on Contemporary. So all the comes from there's a couple songs from Meets the Rhythm section on here.
Okay, cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And then
Wait, which one is that?
this is
Oh yeah. The later, the Contemporary that's like the 1980.
something like that, yeah, where it's all songs that were left off the album.
That one's so good.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
That's before
That used to be a pretty good bargain, but I think it's gone up lately.
no, I didn't pay that much, $20.
Is it the OJC?
Yep.
Yeah, the original used to be a pretty good deal.
But this is what's funny. I think there was I'm picking up a lot of these contemporaries that came out sort of around OJCs, but they were not OJCs.
Mhm.
Yeah, they sound great, and I think it's just that Roy Dunand is just his recordings were so perfect that it didn't matter if they were pressed by somebody else.
It was Roy Dunand that did the contemporaries.
He was like the Rudy Van Gelder of contemporary.
Well,
He used the same Altec
Who's
system.
the guy that trained Bernie? Is that
Yes.
that? Or I don't know why I'm blanking on his name.
Hey, John Bandy, I have a VG-ish copy of it that I'll put aside for you if you want it. Of that Art Pepper Twofer, because I found a replacement copy. So let me know.
It's called Early Art, right?
Is it? It's the Blue Note 2. It's the Blue Note reissue series. There's a early art record. I showed the CD in the video we did. So I don't know how many are named.
One of those is one of them modern art. Is that what you said? I wasn't paying attention.
Modern art is a Art Farmer record, isn't it?
No.
Well, I mean, there is a modern art.
It's Art
There's
Pepper.
another, but no, the Art Pepper one. I thought it was on one of those two first. Maybe not.
It's on mode and this. There's one in like 55 and one in 56, and
Yeah.
it changes the next year. I have one of them.
Oh wow, those are very.
That was my dad's gift. Like he's like, when I go, this is yours. So it's pretty awesome.
Yeah, I've got a Japanese copy. Of it. You have that too. Don't you have that, Mike? The Art Pepper or Modern Art that was like on all those weird labels, and then like Blue Note reissued it in Japan and all that.
Yeah, the twofer, the Blue Note twofer. Yeah, it's on. I'm trying to think of the intro was the label.
Yeah.
There's two intro records, and then there's a.
Oh wow, that's the real deal, right?
And a Jazz West.
Oops, what is happening? Why do I keep?
That's the intro.
There we go.
So this is intro, Deep Groove,
Yeah, that's a good one.
and it's pretty mid.
Wow.
And it was my dad found it at a garage sale. And he's
that record.
check this out.
A VG Plus version of that you could list for like $1,000.
Yeah, this is worth $1,000.
Yeah,
That's amazing.
What now?
But
What record? Let me see. Sorry.
But I'm never giving it up.
Yeah, no,
It was my dad's. So
that's an impossible record.
What label was that on?
Intro.
And the second, intro, and then the second is on mode or something, or
No, it's Jazz West, I think.
oh, okay.
Yeah, and there's two intros and then one Jazz West. This is Rob. We're talking about the Art Pepper Blue Note twofer.
Yeah, I have that.
Yeah,
that
early
so
art.
that record that Brandon just shows is on that. All analog, yada yada yada. It's a great way to get it. That's why I love that twofer. It's a great one.
Here's an interesting question from Zev. If Blue Note mono mixes are fold downs after a certain date, does that mean that all RVG recordings after that date are recorded in stereo exclusively? I don't know if it means that exclusively, but that's generally the case, I think.
Yeah, that's it, Rob. I'll
Yeah,
drop a link.
Like I said, damn.
If people are interested, I'll drop a link to the Discogs.
Yeah, you can still find that for $15, $20.
I picked up a minty copy. That's why I'm getting rid of this one.
I got a sealed copy, I think, for $20 from Jazz Record Center. Sealed.
Yeah.
Thank you, Angelo.
Proofers are still cheap, except for like two of them.
The Andrew Hill is
They're up there now.
Andrew Hill and the
Sam Rivers.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
There's a few others. The Lee Morgan Procrastinator is pretty expensive.
Yeah, it's usually getting up.
There's a
They're
few.
getting up there.
Yeah.
Everything's getting up there.
I think that record you showed was probably the most expensive record that's ever been on the stream, easily. What you think, Mike?
$1,000 record. That's
Well, hold on.
Hard to compete against. All right, I'm dropping the link to the twofer if anybody wants to grab it.
Can I show a picture that I took at this record store today of an album I
Was
bought?
it in the bathroom? Sure.
This is the one. Remember, I got this.
Yes.
How much do you think they're selling it at this record? It was on the
99
wall.
cents.
$80.
$449.
Yeah, 400.
How much? I can't say it.
They were selling it for here.
What?
Oh, yeah, that's
Holy
too
crap.
much. That's too
I
much.
paid $2 for it.
I would say that record. I realize that record prices are whatever people want to pay, and things are crazy. But I would say $200. That's probably a $250 record.
Yeah,
No,
that's a
well, I'll tell you this. If you want this record, go get that records, pay whatever it's going for, that 3-disc record store day record of the Roy Brooks, because it's basically the same band like 3 months later from this recording, and the sound is uncomparable. The record store day one sounds so much better than this Free Slave. Even though
you're talking about the record store day one that came out and the one that is coming out for record store day, it's 3 LPs.
No,
it came out.
Here it is, right here.
Hang on, we're gonna talk about this money we just received. Mazzy added me to his IG. Does that mean I've finally reached the VC Ivory Tower?
I think it depends. Exactly. I think it depends if you're at the bottom or the top of the tower.
It's exactly. But just
don't
start inboxing me shitty shit every day like all the other people. I have that Brooks out. That came out.
We hardly ever do that, Mazzy. We've hardly ever.
Oh yeah, sorry.
This one sounds 10 times better than that one.
How much is it though?
I looked out. I found a record store in England that was selling it.
I got that record store,
but it goes for over $100. But it's 3 LPs. It is so worth it.
It is a good record.
Oh, yeah. Is it a live session?
Yeah.
So the Free Slave was part of the Baltimore. What is it? The Left Bank Jazz.
Society,
So both these concerts are part of the Left Bank Jazz.
Which I forgot which label that one was. Is that Elemental?
Real to Real.
Right.
Okay, so the 2 concerts were like less than 6 months. I think they were 3 months apart.
Yeah.
This one is 3 records. It's the whole show, but it's a much better recording. I mean, the other record's awesome, but if you don't want to spend $400 and spend less and get more music, this is sounds
probably
better.
And some of the same songs.
Yeah, and I think there's only 1 or 2 musicians different, but Woody Shaw's on both of them.
Yeah. I mean, that lineup is the only person I don't know who Carlos is. Who was Carlos's last name?
Well, he just passed away, I think.
Yeah, he did.
Okay, because I know everyone else, and that's like crazy good lineup.
I didn't. By the way, I didn't get my Jazz Bums kickback for giving you guys a shout out in my interview the other day. You know, I just thought you guys would grease the wheel a little bit. You know, Rob's taking care of me.
The deal was what? It was $5 a sub.
I didn't. Hey, I never talk money with.
Hey, all you have to do is take all your extra little blue pills, put them in a box, and send them to Mazzy.
Hey, there's a Loki's comment about the new Turrentine.
Oh, I have
that.
Yeah, I didn't get it.
I have it.
Yeah.
This is a great.
What does Loki say? Where's Loki?
Not that it's great. I think this is a great record for me for Stanley Turrentine.
It's a very solid record in my opinion. Yeah. But what I said it in the group chat, I can see why they didn't release it.
Yeah, I mean it's a little it's like steady the entire way. There's
it was recorded in '64, right?
It has his love song to his wife on here.
You look at what blew out all the recordings that came out in '64, and you look at the sessions that Stanley Turrentine did in '64.
Yeah,
I can see why they didn't put it out.
But it has a song for Shirley, there. So,
is it better than the one with the red and white cover? At least I hate that one.
It's not better than the one where they're both looking at Bigfoot.
Mr. Spoiler, yeah.
I don't care. I love Stanley Turrentine.
I mean, I enjoyed it. I'm not saying it's a bad record, but I can like just see why they didn't release it.
Yeah, I feel like
he's doing this. Joe Harley's never going to talk to him.
Come on, any jazz album in 1964 that ends up with a Beatles song in 1964 can't buy me love.
I like it though. I mean, I will say, I generally I don't buy all the Tone Poets, so I stream this. It has Lee Morgan, McCoy Tyner, Bob Grant, Elvin Jones, which doesn't mean it means it's a great record, but I do feel like it's it's steady the whole way through. It's
yeah.
I picked it up.
6 months
I
after
have it,
Yeah,
and
it's a good one.
I'm gonna keep it. I mean, I just, I can see why.
Hey,
Yeah.
listen. I think we're becoming the full food alternative of pairing things with music.
I agree with Mike.
So
I
if
agree
you
with
go
Mike.
get a 6-pack of Natural Light and drink it while listening to that album.
No, I agree with Mike. I
I
think
thought that Roy
it's
Brooks.
not. It's.
Where do you think R. Crumb got the name Mr. Natural from?
Stanley Turrentine, clearly.
Nobody knows who that is here. So
No,
It's
no.
with my YouTube.
I do, but I'm like, okay.
it's not. I know.
Hey, Mazzy, can you make more obscure references for the rest of the stream?
I do have a recording session I want to talk about. Hold on, let me make myself big. I think this is noteworthy.
And you've aged. Mike.
I become Mike.
I don't know. My computer is so freaking slow. Chris, can
Mike
you
is kind of like.
flip me over?
Have you ever noticed that Mike is like Sherman on Mr. Sherman and
yeah.
Peabody a little bit?
Hey, Mike, just put more gasoline in your computer. It'll work better.
So Mike, yeah. Mike, have you bought Herbie's glasses?
Oh yeah. So
Oh wait, we could do that later. That's
can we
very
actually? You know what?
ridiculous.
Hold on. Let's pull that up.
Well, hang on.
Not-
Show us
not-
the record. You have us all
not-
primed now to see the record.
All right.
Not
Well,
since
I'll
the
show you.
Vinyl Me Please knife has there been something so up.
All right, so so I was looking into a group Air because I've been trying to go through Indian Navigation. So Indian Navigation is a label I'm having a hard time getting into because their stuff is really out there. I'm just trying to find something that I gravitate to, and one of the groups is Air. So I started talking to the guys about it, and the leader, I think the leader, you could argue, is Henry Threadgill. Okay, so very famous jazz musician. And Mike, I was actually going to buy one of the Air records until Mike not recommended, but he mentioned some other records. And this one that won the Pulitzer Prize, like, just a few years ago or so. So I found an LP version of it. It's Zuid. Am I saying that right, Mike? Is that how you say it?
That's how I pronounce it. I
So
could
it's-
be wrong.
So it seems like Threadgill, like he had this group Air with some guys. He has this group Zuid with some guys. I don't know I haven't dove deep into it enough to know that.
What year was that come out?
This was
16, I think.
Yeah, it's pretty modern. But what's cool, I mean, it's a great record, and if you listen to it, it's fantastic. But what's kind of cool about it is every song has next to it parenthetically that it's dedicated to an instrument. So the idea is that he wrote the song with like a particular lead instrument in mind. At least that's how I interpret it. So he does the first song is the opening, but the second song is for drums and percussion. Third song is for cello. And it's so funny because I'm just like, well, I'm going to like the drums one the best. So I listen to it. I'm like, it's fantastic. And then I listen to the cello one. And then I'm just like, well, I'm going to like cello the best because that's even cooler. And I like that one. And then he moves on. And I should have looked this up before the stream, but the next one is dedicated to the exordium instrument. I'm not too familiar with that. I'm not sure what that is. And then the next one is, I think, my favorite one. And it's dedicated to trombone and tuba. And it's really cool. The whole record is fantastic. And anyway, so check this one out. It's really cool.
Did you pay $60 for that?
I can't remember what I paid for it.
There's none left on Discogs.
Yeah, it was a limited. The LP was limited.
Yeah, it was limited release.
I didn't realize India Navigation was still making records.
No, that's not India Navigation.
I'm sorry.
Hi.
I just mentioned that's how I started looking into Henry Threadgill.
Oh, gotcha.
And then that's what made Mike and the group talk about this record.
Yeah. Now, Henry Threadgill, next month he has a new recording coming out, and he has, but I think it's only on CD, and he has I guess an autobiography coming out. The autobiography is written. This guy's a professor at Columbia, and who went to school with my wife. My wife knows him, and so. But that's supposed to be. I'm looking forward to that.
That's cool. I'll definitely check it out. Yeah, if Henry Threadgill is not on your radar, definitely worth pulling up his discography and going through it. He's he's really, really good. I feel like the reason why it jumped out is because out of all that kind of free Indian navigation stuff, this was the guy I felt like I gravitated towards. Like his group seemed like the what I liked the best out of it. So so far.
You didn't like the Pharoah Sanders Pharaoh?
I can't afford that. It's $800 record. So
well, I mean
so
the reissue.
That's not an option.
I mean that record's awesome. So
I
don't have an original either, but I have a repress. But
well, yeah, you know what? Well, the thing is, the Indian navigation one, and I also have been looking at ESP disc and some other stuff that's kind of out there, just really kind of figuring out. And ESP disc has that Pharoah Sanders reissue from like just a few years ago. So I'm wondering, like, the Black Jazz reissues from Ryogon, they're probably not going to be as good as that, but thinking like maybe that's the way to get ESP disc and some of these other, expensive records. Just get the reissues and get them.
A lot of those ESPs the originals aren't nearly as much as the Black Jazz.
Well, do you have any original ESPs?
Yeah.
And I know Joe from Analog Archive, he
Marion Brown one and Paul Bley. The Paul Bley one's not very much.
No, the Paul Bley one.
The New York Eye story.
There's one.
The movie one with Albert Eiler and Don Cherry. You can get that one originals. I think it's like $35-$40.
Yeah,
they're not all crazy expensive, know. But all of those Black Jazz from Oakland, those are all over $100 if they're clean.
Yep. The
original Black Jazz.
Yeah, they're at least $100, and some of them
aren't very good though.
Huh?
No. I disagree with this. So hold on, Mazzy. Hold on.
I'm getting ready. It's gonna happen.
I have a couple of
I haven't heard
Black Jazzes and
the Mazzy snack.
I like them
both. You know what, Mazzy? You haven't had a hard enough week. But
we can disagree.
I found this in events. I think this was like 18.
I think I had two from back in the 70s, and it just didn't.
Yeah.
Now I think Doug Karn.
I didn't have a Doug Karn.
He has his wife Jean do vocals on this. I know that.
I don't
that's
like
the
any
whole
of
thing. You might not be into it, and that's fine.
Or Rob, you just don't like the human voice in general.
But
it's
I
like
think it was $18, so I grabbed it because Mazzy, to your point, I've heard that these original Black Jazz were not good pressings. But I was like, for $18, let me get it. I don't have this one, and it's an original. So first of all, I've shown this before, but like it's like literally like the lightest,
like a Dynaflex,
vinyl that you can ever imagine. So I had really low expectations, but it's clean.
Is that about 72, 73, that one?
It's like perfect. I'll tell you in a second. It is.
Yeah, it is like 72.
71. Okay. So it's even earlier. And it sounds fantastic.
Okay.
So
someone needs to go back in a time machine and tell Doug that
I think people just assume they don't sound good because of the vinyl is.
No, I had the
this to it.
God,
no,
but they sound great.
Mike, I have that one, and I have the another one of the Doug Karns on the originals, and they sound fantastic.
Okay,
I think they sound great.
Is there a special way you make it so you can't hear his wife say?
I had the Walter Bishop, an original of it, and it was kind of not so great.
Yeah,
I hope Ryogon finds another series like that.
For my karaoke, I can just I can take out the vocals on my records.
No matter what I say tonight, just everything is wrong. So,
can I just do something really quick? I just want to go back
to the opposite.
Yeah, please save us from this horrible stream.
I just want to go back to Threadgill for a second. All right, here's an earlier recording of his that's really good. The Henry Threadgill Sextet. That's really good. And this is the most recent vinyl release of his. That's also pretty really good. And Mike was talking about one of the songs where that's dedicated to cello. And this is an album by the guy that plays cello in his group, Christopher Hoffman. This is really good. I mean, I really recommend this. Yeah. And
cool. That won't take the stream down.
And Christopher Hoffman also plays with the James Brandon Lewis Trio. So those are like really good ones.
Nice.
Well, it got quiet all of a sudden. What's going on?
I've got a few things.
You got that,
nope. Mazzy's going. You going?
No.
Okay. This is a good cheap heat.
Hamilton.
Pretty awesome. It's kind of a Latin funk, Chico Hamilton. And he's playing with basically a bunch of some guys that played with Santana, and it's pretty awesome.
Looks neat.
And it's like a $10 record. I did pick up this, which is pretty great.
Yeah, I have the Superior Viaduct of that. I have a sealed one if anyone wants it too.
Yeah, I think
that's a great album.
Yeah, I love it. And I would really recommend this, like the Dawn Sleep. Like, this record is incredible.
All right, everyone, get your computers ready.
It's Cecil McBee.
It's gone. It's gone.
It's Cecil McBee with Chico Freeman, who I've been getting into lately. Compassion.
Yeah. And
it's epic, and it's 1977.
Yeah, but that is, so I've streamed that, and I decided it was like chamber music to me.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I thought it felt like, not like chamber, like MJQ or something. It's very different than that, but I felt like it was a little chamber music like.
Yeah, MJQ is chamber music?
You're taking on everyone
tonight. How dare you?
All right.
Mike, why don't you tell me a shitty taste, all right?
That's not a cheap record, by the way.
Just kick everyone down tonight, right?
Inner City is kind of just, that's where I'm at right now. I just, everything
notes
I
and
get
tones, Mike.
And then this was the one I was really happy. This is the only thing I really. And
Great.
It's fantastic. And so my favorite Jackie McLean record is Right Now, and he plays with Larry Willis, and just that it's just one of my favorite records, and I think it's the song Poor Eric. And so this has Joe Henderson playing with Larry Willis, and Willis is playing he plays acoustic and Rhodes, and it's awesome. So I was really happy because this is one of the Henderson milestones I'd been wanting forever, and I finally picked it up. But I will highly recommend the Cecil McBee. It's really good.
Mark said it's great, and so did Nicole.
Mark also says that it's chamber music. No, I'm kidding. No, Mark says that the Henderson you showed is one of his favorites.
Yeah, I'd put it up there. My favorite, actually, I think my favorite on, I like the Elements with Alice Coltrane, but that's kind of that's not just a Joe Henderson, but I think my favorite one is the Tetragon, Joe Henderson on Milestone. And that's with Don Friedman, and it's a quartet.
You know who turned me on to that was Andy from Next Play Records. He got a copy. That's an expensive record.
Tetragon?
Yes.
It is now. They're all, people finally realized that the Milestone Joe Hendersons were as good as the Blue Notes, and they shot up. They were $50 5 years ago, $50.
Let's see.
Not anymore, huh?
Nope.
All right.
That Elements record's great though, and the Jazz Dispensary reissue was like $25, and it sounds amazing. So maybe they'll do some more of those. That'd be really cool. Or maybe OJCs could do some of those milestones. That would be really awesome.
All right, so there are 6 vinyl Tetragons in the United States. The first one, the cheapest one, is a G Plus Media G Plus sleeve for $95.
That's dumb.
The next one is Near Mint for $140.
That seems reasonable.
And also with a make an offer, so you probably could get a few bucks off that if you wanted to.
If
and then it goes up from there, but there's only like 5 copies.
That one's probably my third favorite.
If anybody's interested in purchasing this, I'll drop the link to the Discogs page.
I cleaned and listened to this. This is amazing.
Yeah. I actually brought that out because it's Herbie Hancock night, right?
Absolutely.
Hey, I picked up some other records this week. Yeah.
Hold on a second.
Does anyone have this?
Yeah.
This is killer.
Both the other, that's the best one, but his other one on Contemporary is great too.
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah, that's cool.
It's
nice.
Stereo.
Yeah, it's an awesome record.
And it's cheap too.
Yeah, here's another. I hate when this happens. So this record store I went to, I guess they bought a collection where the guy, I don't know, was water damage and had to create his own covers. But this is a hard to find record. Does anyone know this record?
Yeah.
Now hear this. And I thought most records on this label were not that great. But this is an amazing sounding record. Bill Barron is Kenny Barron's brother. I think there must be a huge age gap between both of them. But this is a good record.
That's expensive.
And then, did anyone else get this box? Ugh.
Now hear this. Is that a mono or stereo?
Year? Yeah. Who is that supposed? Who's the leader?
On which one?
Hear this.
Oh, Bill Barron.
Okay. And what year did that come out?
That's a mono?
This is a stereo.
Oh, it's stereo. Okay, let me see.
Audio fidelity.
It came out
deep groove too.
1964. There was one for sale for over $400.
Yeah. I paid. I don't know if they knew what they had. I paid $5 for this.
So the lineup is Ronnie.
This is BG++.
Ronnie Boykins bass, Dick Burke drums, Kenny Barron piano, Bill Barron tenor sax, and Ted Curson trumpet.
Dick Burke, he's one of my favorite drummers. I love Dick Burke, man.
He has a record called Modern Windows that's one of my favorites.
Who?
If anyone has a cover of this, let me know.
51 people have it and 127.
Oh, wait, that's not the cover?
No.
Oh.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, they said, can we go to an elementary school and see if a kid could design our cover?
They did a pretty good job on the cover, man. Come on.
It's informative. It's very descriptive.
Yeah.
So
it
has a different cover.
I was surprised how good it was. But you can't find the cover. You can't find the record.
Yeah.
And this, I've only listened to the Jackie McLean.
You have to listen to the rest of it, though, man.
Okay, thank you. Can you write down what I'm supposed to do the rest of the week, please, Chris?
Yeah, listen to those records. Yeah. And then maybe don't listen to one of them or two of them ever again if you want.
I can't believe that went up for sale for $100. Man,
bust them out. Let's look at them. Come on.
Hey, Mike. Everyone knows we have a thread we're all on. Mike, can you say what you did when you found out that was for $100?
I cursed. Many curse words. Yes. Because the thing is, so I found it for $120 used on eBay, and I was like, "This is it. This is rock bottom. It's 6 Tone Poets. You're just not going to get a better deal than this."
No, and I said no. They made too many of them.
So I bought it, and then literally, what was it? It was like a day later. It was like there's a giant set. Or no, it wasn't. No, so okay, so the time period was I got it for $120 used on eBay, and it's in great condition. I have no issues with it. And then the next day, there was a huge spring sale on Blue Note it was $140. So I was like, well, now I could have just spent $20 more, got a mint copy of this thing. And then the week later, Acoustic Sounds listed it for $100. And that's when Rob jumped on it. And Rob actually it was $99.99, and Rob said it's going to go below $100.
It's still available.
I'll tell you right now, a long time ago, I said the Beatles Let It Be box. It's going to drop below 100. I bought it from that deep DVD discount for $45.
So when that happened, I was very angry.
Look at the year and a half of pleasure you lost out on, Rob.
Here's the cover.
Trust me, I pleasured myself all last year, Mazzy.
Here's the cover.
Yeah, can you send that cover over, please?
It's got a record in it.
Oh, that's the mono.
Is that a mono or stereo?
The monos are gold. The stereos are gray.
Got it.
It's a mono.
Yeah.
So the original list price of the Ornette Coleman Tone Poet box set was $230. Chad on Acoustic Sounds has it for $100. I'm going to drop the link.
We have to make up for all that used shitty overprices. You know,
There's if anybody's interested in grabbing it, it's
a great box. I paid
All right,
full
so
price for it.
this would be a record I would say is just mind blowing and one of my favorites.
All right. This is the one we
that's
need
an
to sell
expensive
out,
ass
guys.
record.
What is it?
It's Bill Barron Modern Windows.
Yeah.
I've seen that come up on eBay once, and it sold for like $300 something.
And it's got a similar group. It's Ted Curson on trumpet, obviously Bill Barron on tenor, Kenny Barron piano, Eddie Kahn bass. He spelled wrong. They spell it Cone, but it's Eddie Kahn, and Pete LaRocca on drums.
You
And
know,
cool.
this is an interesting. It is very interesting, but like, you can get a 2 CD set of that for $25.
Yeah, do that.
Yeah, but you're the loser with the 2 CD set.
Well, it's better than nothing, man.
Sometimes you need to appreciate nothing first before you can
hey,
appreciate.
has anybody heard these two 1980 Herb? I mean, they're probably, I don't know what to expect. I pulled a bunch of records out of this collection.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay. The Monster. Those are his 2 lesser albums. Monster is not a great album.
I'll listen to them before I decide to keep them.
Yeah,
Also, these I'm deciding. I haven't listened to any of these, but
oh, that one's great.
That's a good album.
obviously, I know this. Well, not this one. I know this record, but this is a
That's
2i mono.
Yeah.
Nice.
Really clean.
Yeah.
I'm excited about this.
Well,
I love
you
Manuel.
look excited.
And then
That was who's on there with him? Can you turn
Leon
around?
Thomas.
Yeah.
Um,
He usually plays with Pharaoh Sanders.
Cecil McBee, Lonnie Liston Smith, Roy Haynes, Joe Farrell, Dave Spinoza, Oliver Nelson did some arranging. Pee Wee Ellis, Joe Farrell, Earl Hines, Hank Jones, Ron Carter, Grady Tate.
So that must be like a best of or a comp of all his.
What says produced
Flying
by
Dutchman
Bob
stuff?
Teal. Interesting. I don't know. I remember seeing this, but I don't remember. Oh yeah, of course, anthology. You're right.
Yeah.
Thank you.
But yeah, this is like Rob when he's searching for records at dead people's houses.
Well, I have to have a baseball bat to hit them over that. But.
Yeah. Anyway, those are just things I'm going to audition.
Now, Bob Bradley has a recommendation for you, Mazzy, with the Mr. Hands record. You have to only listen to it at 4 a.m.
Okay. Well, I'm going to play them because I'm going to play these before I decide if I keep them or not.
Mr. Hands is good. It's not his best, but that Monster is it's not the greatest.
But I love the Monster cover is
awesome.
Great.
Yeah, cover's
I
awesome.
might want it for that cover because that's so unlike. These are both recorded by at the Automat. They used to be Columbia studio in San Francisco that David Rubinson purchased from Columbia. Okay, so why is Leon Thomas too much for you? In what way? Oh,
he yodels.
Does he yodel?
That's what it's been called.
Yodeling.
I'm not I don't have enough Leon Thomas experience, but he does. He's made some stuff with Pharaoh Sanders, right?
Yeah, that's
is that a didgeridoo?
That's yodely.
Is that a didgeridoo? No.
That looks like, actually, can we make Mazzy big here?
Yeah, if they showed the whole picture, there'd be pigs running towards them.
Hold on, Mazzy. I want to see that. Give me 1 second. Here we go. Come on. God, my computer's slow.
Yeah,
all right. Is that in Central Park?
Looks like it.
Yeah, that's definitely Central Park.
Isn't that what you do in Central Park, Mike?
He's blowing the chauffeur.
Yeah.
Tequila.
Friday night services.
The song for my father on here? Let's see. No. Yeah, it is. So, yeah, song for my father is on here.
All right,
so, Mazzy, how long did it take you to pack up all the records from the auction?
If I did it all straight, 2 full days, but I did it on. I couldn't do it. half a Monday and half Tuesday because I had work stuff. I was away Wednesday and Thursday. Then I finished today. And there's Mark Lastman stuff. I couldn't find his address because he has like a million different names, so I couldn't find. So his will go out tomorrow. And one other person, there's a question because there's 2 best of Miles records that are not really valuable, but I thought he bought them. If he doesn't want them, that's fine. But I'm waiting to hear back. And people never check their PayPal message things, So, but yeah, it takes. I had like 32 packages, and it takes like a good 2 days.
Yeah.
Now,
just to organize it and get the see. If we were doing Whatnot, all the labels are printed out. You got to type everything in.
Did you end up selling that Nina Simone Bethlehem mono?
I'm holding. No, I'm gonna. I haven't had any time to listen. I'm gonna listen to it first. I cleaned it. I might if it sounds good, I'm gonna keep it because I love that record.
Yeah.
I sent you your package. There's a few extra things in it. It went out. Yours went out.
Oh, thank you.
I think Tuesday it went out. So it might be sitting on your porch right now.
I think he left his wallet in your back.
Well, the thing is, it's getting actually hotter here, so I'm trying to make sure things do not sit out on the porch in the sun.
Well, it went out Tuesday, so it just depends. Mike and Notes and Tones only went out today, so I apologize.
Oh no!
No, how dare you? No.
Yeah.
Get him.
Oh man!
You get and the extra records, Mike. If you don't like them, pass them forward. Pay them forward.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
Either both mics.
I'm sure it'll be great.
Oh, you might have it, or if it's something, It's
so
stuff
when is the next auction? Do you think?
Sunday, bro. This Sunday,
Rob has one. I do them once a month for this.
Yes. Sunday. Okay, so Sunday, Rob has 2 p.m. Eastern. I'm pretty sure, right?
Yeah, 11. It's a small auction, but I have a bunch of. I have a lot of. I have way too much shit. I could probably do 20 auctions.
But I will do private Zoom, things, flip throughs, and you can buy that way too. But I want to wait till probably in about a week and a half. I'll get more.
Are you pantsless during these projects?
Oh God!
That's what I heard.
I don't charge
an Animal House with Donald.
I don't charge for these streams. I do not charge. There's no cover charge in Mazzy's club.
Yeah, but you have to burn incense and hum a lot.
If that's not a passive aggressive comment from me, I don't know what is.
Lastman,
please.
Mazzy, you and Michael 45 need to go to couples. Go to couples.
I don't want to. Yeah, I don't want to. It's funny because
I know. I'm just messing around.
No, I still have no idea. He goes, Mazzy, you know what the problem is. I really don't know. I thought it was a MoFi thing because I thought, what, you like it now?
Mazzy?
I don't know.
You don't put the toilet seat down. That's always the problem.
I really don't know. Carlos, your stuff went out. Yeah. Anyway, I showed you the goods for free.
So, but back to my question: are you doing it once a month? Is that kind of the
about once a month? Yeah, because this guy has, and the thing is, I don't even know. He says he had like literally a pallet almost in his garage on these things, and I don't even know what's there, and it's not all organized. So he used to meet me and bring me bins of records, and he'd give me this shit stuff, and I said I got to come and pick myself, and he trusts me now because I know kind of what. Is like he goes, oh, you're gonna love this stuff, and it's like a bunch of these 50s cruiser comps that came out in the 70s and 60s right. Comp. He thinks that's worth it, and it's not. But then he has some what was that Albert Eiler record I sold at was it Inner City or no ESP a while back. I mean, he had no idea what that was. I played it, and it was a little noisy and stuff, but I played it. I looked it up, and it was crazy money. I mean, not crazy. Compared to you guys, it's not crazy money. It was like $80 to $120. But for this guy, that's a lot of money.
I don't spend $120 on records very often.
I admire Rob because, I mean, it takes a lot of work. These guys that have these record stores, it takes a lot of fucking work.
It takes a lot of work just for my own. When I get like one record in a day and I have to ultrasonic it, it's like a big thing.
Yeah,
it's like
you have the Humming Guru.
It takes time.
But you have the Humming Guru.
Yeah, and even that still takes time.
I cleaned like 15 records today.
I like to do, so what I try to do is every time I fill up the 12 ounces, I try to do 4 records. So I try to pull at least 4 records for that. Or not at least, at most 4 records.
Do you know the Young VC? Have you heard of the Young guys, the Young VC?
He just showed.
I just showed four Young VC.
No, but there's a group of people, the Young VC, that they call themselves sort of a. But there's a woman named Emma who shows a lot of blues and stuff, and she's really into Cheap Trick and stuff. She's been around a while. She kind of bubbling under probably this group, but really sweet. She's a teacher, high school, or she's a school teacher, but she's really into blues and all this stuff. And I know she's in a mail, so I haven't spoken to her or traded anything. And I texted her because this guy had like 30 John Mayall records. And I said, are you looking for any of the Mayalls? And she told me 3 she was looking for. So I just put it back together. I cleaned them and sent them to her because, for something like that, I think it's good, younger. I don't know. She's probably mid-late 20s, whatever. But, school teachers.
I'm 22. Can you send me a pack of records?
No, but I think it's that kind of stuff. It's good. I probably could sell them for a little bit here, a little bit there. The only expensive one I saw was that Seal Mo-Fi.
Ooh, holy moly. I just pulled a record out of this batch that goes for a lot of money.
So.
Does anyone have this?
Yeah.
I like that fedora.
I'm not Rob.
Hey, it takes multiple clicks.
Bella Fleck. Yeah, I never got into Bella Fleck.
I never understood
It's
that.
kind of like it's kind of Muzak.
I think I'm going to keep this one.
Oh, yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
God, I hate Supertramp.
Back in 1995, that was $10.
Well,
Can I just show one off-brand?
That's incredible.
I'm going to show one new release I got. It's not jazz at all, but I'm a fan of. Oh, you're still sorry.
All right, hold on.
That's a great soundtrack. That's Morricone, isn't it?
Yeah. Yep.
Mhm.
Great movie too.
It's a great movie.
It's the one of the few Jewish mob movies,
Yeah, it's.
I even like the long version of that.
Oh, the long version's much better.
Yeah.
The weirdest thing about that movie, when I saw that in the movie in a theater, and the weirdest thing is is it De Niro who's in the opium den, and the phone is ringing for like 10 minutes.
Bob Bradley, you can communicate with me privately.
Is Tony Rice on that record? I don't remember that. Wow.
Tony Rice.
The Newgrass guitar player, Tony Rice?
Yep.
Wow. We can't see it because you left it in shrink. So
It says Tony Rice right there. You can see it.
I can see it.
This is Minty. With the hype sticker.
It's such a good movie. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know what you're willing to pay, but I'll give you probably a better deal than this guy's. But I'm selling it for my friend, so let me know.
Universal sign of I'm done showing records.
Yeah, I'd like that to catch on. Hey, Mazzy, can you tell the young VC to do this?
I'm going to just show this because it's a rock and roll record. No one probably gives a shit, but someone out there might. This is a British band. I think this is their 4th album called Temples. I love their first album. It's sort of retro Who-like. This is a brand new album. It dropped, as the kids say today. UK, produced by Sean Ono Lennon. And they're kind of a modern psychedelic and Kraftwerk mix, more on the psychedelic side. Pink vinyl, 2 records. But I love this band. I've seen them like 3 times live. A British band called Temples. Not the Temples. Temples.
Cool.
See, that's how you show a record, people.
There you go.
Yeah.
Boom. Very nice.
Did you get anything new, Mike, that you haven't shown?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I have a stack of stuff here. Then I guess I'll do this. This is a little shout out.
This is an important question.
Bob, you want to talk about the young VC? Bob Bradley knows those people. Emma and
don't bring him into your.
What's the guy that works in the record stores with the long hairs and the kiss? I forgot.
I'm gonna go quick on this.
By the way, this Once Upon a Time in America goes for some money, man.
What's some money? Some money that doesn't say anything.
Yes, it's catching.
$5 is some money.
No, it's catching on. It's my catchphrase. It's catching on.
Okay. All right. So
Money.
this came in. I forgot I pre-ordered it, honestly, but it came in. I really like it. I just want to show it. This is Walter Smith III.
I saw other Mike show that.
So this is a Blue Note. It's a modern Blue Note. It has a few guys on it, including Kendrick Scott. And what's cool is we highlighted Kendrick Scott's recent record that just came out, I think, last month. And this is so far my favorite release of the year. And this also has Walter Smith III. So, I'm like making, analogies here, but I just feel like the new Blue Note stuff is really cool.
That's a great cover too.
It's not like I feel like with all this stuff, it's not like singular in the sense like, oh, this is hard bop. Like I feel like it's way, interdisciplinary like styles of jazz, but it definitely integrates some hard bop into it, and it's really killer. So these guys are doing their thing at Blue Note, and I highly recommend. These are not expensive records, but these are really good jazz records by guys that are doing it right now. So anyway, I just wanted to highlight those and see if what you guys thought about that.
Yeah, I like I like both of them. The Walter Smith, the Return to Casual. It's like if you saw the Don Was interview, you know this already. But that's like a thing with him. His first recording, had Casual in the title, and then the one with basically the same band that's on the recent release. I think it was 2014. They did a release that was called the Back to Cat. I can't remember the title off the top of my head, but it's basically the same group that's on this recording. And so, these guys, they play together all the time. They know each other. And Walter Smith had the guitarist on the most recent release, Matt Stevens, is it?
It's Matt Stevens.
Yeah. They have him and Walter Smith III have a group called In Common, and they have 3 recordings out that are all available on vinyl. The first one is In Common. I think Joel Ross is on that one. There's In Common 2, and the latest one is In Common 3. It has Chris Davis on piano and Dave Holland on bass. All excellent recordings.
Do they call it the casual? Because a lot of artists like jazz bands, they play casuals. The term.
In the Don Was interview, I think he really goes into why he repeats that motif.
Ouch.
And also on this record, you have a special guest on tracks A2 and B3, trumpet, Ambrose Akinmusire, and that's the guy who put a few years ago, I think just like 2 years ago, this record came out. Mm-hmm. This guy, he plays on he's a trumpet player on Kendrick Scott's records. This is a Blue Note session, and this is also killer. And he has at least one other record on Blue Note that came out just a few years before, and it's like a multiple $100 record now. So this guy, very desirable records, and I think this is still available. I got this a few months ago, so maybe it's not, but anyway, it's just like all these guys, there is a scene on Blue Note that is pretty killer right now. And these are just, a few of them.
I actually picked up the new Julian Lage or Lage. I don't know. I don't know if it's Lage.
That's the guitar player, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. How is that?
I have 3 of them. This one has Bill Frisell guest guitar. So it's 2 guitars, bass, and drums.
I watched a couple of videos that they showed on it.
I don't know if it's really jazz. It's kind of just like ambient guitar music.
It's more like ECM's kind of stuff.
Yeah. It's kind of like ECM a lot. It's really clean. Okay. Like it's really spaced out and clean. Like
Bill Frisell is like that too. Yeah.
There's no effect. Like there's like hardly any reverb. It's just very like acoustic. But I picked this up, this is one of the guys from Noy, the krautrock band Noy, and this is it's Michael Rother. It's called Sterntaler. It's all instrumental guitar rock, but if you like Noy, it's pretty cool. I think it's 1978. That's it.
I bought a bunch of records today. I want to see them.
Yep.
I'll go through them fast.
Yeah. Is that the whole box set, Noi?
Yeah. I kicked myself because I had the first 2 albums as imports back in the 70s. They were cheap. We used to sell them, and I sold them to my purge, and those German pressings like go for a shitload now. But whatever. So
yeah, I have like they did a reissue in like the late 70s, early 80s of the first 2 records on a double, and I still have that one, which is pretty cool. So it's the first 2 records,
right,
with like them on the cover instead of it saying Noi.
Yeah.
All right, hey, Diddy P, what UK jazz are you talking about? Everybody talks about UK jazz. Give me some examples, because the most of the stuff I hear, it's fine, but I mean, it doesn't blow me away.
Well, it's that Tubby Hayes guy, right?
No, he's talking about modern. He's talking about modern.
That's not modern.
I mean, the one guy I like is Binker Golding.
Rycooter. Yeah. Ever since the UK left Brexit, their jazz went to shit.
I'm on mute. Hold on. Sorry. What I was saying is Gearbox has released that. I think it's Gearbox. You did Binker.
Yeah, they're a good label.
Mazzy.
Yeah, and there's a tuba player that has fire tuba. I forget his name now, but the record.
Jazz is a great sounding record.
It's okay. It's all right. I mean, it doesn't blow me away.
I agree. But they are doing that thing.
XJ, yeah. I've Julius Rodriguez. I've heard of him. I actually saw him play at the Jazz Gallery, like I want to say maybe right before the pandemic. He was really good.
But that Binker and Moses one is it's just a duet. It's like a double LP duet, and it's pretty I feel like there's like a rawness to it where it's maybe it's that they're just not super tight there, but I feel like they get like better over the span of that double LP.
Yeah. All right. Okay. Nate Birchall, he's good. I mean, I just don't. I mean, I don't know. It just doesn't blow me away. I'm saying, okay, solid player. Doesn't blow me away. Theron Cross. That's who you were talking about, Mike. Yeah.
Well, the thing is that Theon Cross record, it's like, I mean, I shouldn't say fusion, but like the idea is like it's not like just a straight like acoustic jazz record. Like it's got like it sounds like drum machine. Like I don't know what it is, but like it sounds funky. Like it's
an eclectic, the one that I heard is an eclectic, album.
Yeah. But I agree. I mean, I've heard that before. I've heard that numerous times that there's a thriving UK scene. It's very exciting.
No, I'm sure it is. But everyone, and I'm not talking about. I'm not saying Diddy did this, but I've heard other people on YouTube try to say, well, that's where it's happening, as opposed to what's happening in the United States. And I'm like, come on, no,
they can't even keep the royal family. They can't even keep the royal family.
Everybody's doing their own.
Exactly, Mazzy.
Yeah.
It's not one or the other.
I mean, how many jazz musicians are going to the coronation? I don't think any.
Right. Yeah.
So
I like early.
When's the last time Ozzy Osbourne did a jazz album?
All right. So who's got records to show? Chris, did you want to show what you picked up today?
Yeah.
Hey, Chris, you grew a beard.
I got this today. This is really good.
That is an awesome record.
Yeah. It's like a Brazilian record on Pablo, basically.
It used to be very expensive, but it's kind of come down in price.
I paid $25 for it. I thought that was fair.
Yeah, I paid 12.
Well, good for you.
You're always trying to like.
When you have to like?
No, I'm antagonizing Chris.
Well, you bought it wholesale. That's why.
This is good too. I got this today.
Yeah, I got that for $5.
You don't even know this. Shut up.
Wait, go back and show the record. Who's on it?
All right, fine.
Did you listen to it today?
Yeah, listen to it. It sounds really good.
Who's on it?
Sonny Red, Hank Mobley, Cedar Walton, Walter Booker, and Billy Higgins.
In my day, we used to put the records inside the covers.
In your day, they didn't. They used to have horse-drawn carriages.
And then I got this one from Rob Thursday night.
Yeah.
So I've got all three of those now.
Did you listen?
Yeah, I did. It sounds good.
Yeah.
I got this one today. This is really good.
Oh,
It's like 1964.
Oh, yeah, I love that.
Yeah. It's Charlie Rouse, Ben Riley.
I think I sold a 2i of that during the auction. How much was that? If you don't mind me asking.
$28.
Yeah, okay. I probably sold it for twice that because I just shit on everybody.
I got this because Felipe said it was good, so I found a copy of this for $6.
That's when he gave up.
That's probably true.
He gave up.
Oh shit! How about this today? Some chamber music for Mike.
Is that a rolled up joint on the cover?
I don't care what anyone says. I love MJQ.
Me too.
I do too, Mazzy.
Good.
Yeah, me too.
It's just there's just a
No, I don't know why they don't get more.
Because they're kind of chill. They're kind of like neoclassical. They merge with classical. Like their album with Lorinda Almeida is beautiful.
Mm-hmm.
I just love them. They got a.
Me too. All right. Anybody know this guy?
I can't see it.
I'm sorry.
Who is it?
Is that Rory Gallagher?
Walker, right?
It's Ronnie
Cuber.
Ronnie Cuber, yeah.
Yeah, I think. I mean, I'm familiar with him. I think he played with the Mingus band, the Mingus big band that
what
after
label
Mingus
is that?
died that his wife had established.
It's on Xanadu. That's one of the reasons I bought it. It's on there.
Can you hold up who's on there with him, please?
How is it?
I haven't heard it. I wanna...
You think we listen to these records?
I can't. Yeah,
What color is the label?
Yeah. What does it taste like?
Ooh, look at that.
I've never seen that. You know what? I believe that's the Japanese Xanadu.
Dog and butterfly.
Can you see that, Chris, if that's Japanese pressing?
It's not, I don't think.
I thought that looks like it might be their Japanese pressing.
Maybe. I got this one. I don't know if we saw this one.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's good.
Well,
I think
I'm not trying to give you shit, but I showed that earlier.
You didn't show this one, did you?
I think I did.
I don't think so. I don't even know what this is. Oh, yeah. So I bought this George Coleman Octet. It's on Affinity. It was on the Affinity label.
Oh,
yeah, British.
Yeah.
So I've had
Affinity. I don't think I have any, but I are they okay?
Yeah, no, they sound great.
Yeah,
They're great
so
sounding records.
It's amazing how much bad design there was in
I
records.
think Mike, did I send you the Serge Charloff on Infinity? Did I send you as a part of the package?
To me or
no? I mean, Chris.
Is that an illusionist or is that a jazz
that's
record?
Phil Woods, man. Come on.
Yeah, I like them and Gene Thackeray.
Yeah, I like Imogene Thackeray too.
Oh, that's cool.
The yellow record she did was
Looks
great.
like he's about to saw a woman in half.
Yeah.
It looks like if what's his name?
This is his European rhythm machine or whatever. These are good. I got that one. I got this one.
It's like
it's another Phil Woods record from when he was in Europe. I don't even it's like whatever. So this one's cool. So this is a dollar brand. It's called Cape Town.
That's a cheap record. I fucking love that record. Cape Town Fringe, that entire side is great. Have you listened to that yet?
No,
Who's on that with them? What's the deal with that record, Chris?
I don't know.
Every time we used to play that record in the store, we'd always sell it. It's catchy. It's almost not jazzy. Cape Town Fringe, put that on.
You know that the pricing for that record's always all over the place.
Yeah, you can get it for $10. You can get it for 20 or 30.
I got it for $10. Yeah, here's another one.
It is Cape Town Fringe is fucking great.
All right, so you have alto sax and flute Robbie Jansen, bass is Paul Michaels, composed and arranged by and played piano by Dollar Brand.
Everyone's gonna buy that.
Tenor sax flute is Basil Coetzee, and then drums is Monty Weber.
So I'm glad you said that instead of me. Thank you.
Wait, can I play a little bit of that cut?
No,
No,
every time we play something, Mazzy,
we lose our $2. We need our $2, man.
Yeah. All right, we got it.
Mute Mazzy.
That's good.
Light.
That's a good.
Has anybody heard this?
Not sure.
So it's Mazzy, stop.
No, Mazzy, you're good. As long as we talk over it, it won't flag up.
Yeah, it's like
Patrick Stream.
Patrick Stream. Sweet. Okay, yeah.
Anyway, it goes on like a repetitive thing, but it's just something about it. It's hypnotic. It's like Cast Your Fate to the Wind hypnotic.
I don't believe we're selling a lot of that record tonight.
No, it doesn't sound like it.
Yeah.
I thought this one was interesting looking, so I bought it. It's
Okay,
Guns, Cannonball.
That is the new Tone Poet, basically.
Is it?
Yeah, it's in the twofer. I have that. It's come out in so many different forms.
Yeah, that's like the third cover.
Yeah, that's the Tone Poet that comes out next month.
Well, maybe I'll just keep this and not like Tone Poet then. How about that?
I would not buy that Tone Poet unless people say it's amazing sounding, because you could either get the twofer that I seem to find a lot and sell, or you can get like 3 different covers with that.
Rob, you should be a financial advisor and quit this record shit.
Right.
Okay, Mazzy, turn all your money over to me and I'll do well with it.
I thought that's pretty interesting.
Thank you, Mr. Madoff.
That's a good album.
Yeah, that one's pretty cool.
All those previously unreleased records are pretty good usually.
Is Felipe doing a root canal now? What's going on?
Yeah, I don't know. It's just 3 hours.
Probably,
Okay. Does anybody remember Ruben Wilson? They did a couple of like classic series.
Yeah.
His are really good. So I found this twofer. It's on Groove Merchant, which I really like all the records I've got from.
Is that got the one where he does Cisco Kid?
I don't know.
The War Song?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's really cool.
He was a friend of mine.
No, but Superfly's on here.
It's just horrible.
Hey, there's a misnomer that they named the Reuben sandwich after him.
Oh.
All right, one more. I don't know anything about this, but I like old.
That's good.
I have that. That's really good.
I mean,
I saw that today.
Who's on there? Isn't it basically Modern Jazz Quartet record?
I don't know.
What else is on there?
It's a little different.
Can I see the cover again?
I think there's a horn on it.
No, it's got John Lewis and George DeVivier, which is freaking awesome.
Okay.
And then who else?
Tommy K on drums. Looks like a trio. Yeah.
Oh,
it's a trio.
Nice.
Yeah, looks great. I'm gonna listen to that tomorrow. So
cool.
This guy's never put a jazz record out ever.
Who is it?
His name is Neil Young. He used to be in Buffalo Springfield.
Shut up.
This is his latest archive series.
Hey, by the way,
I'm an all in Neil guy. So
and that deep DVD discount, there's a bunch of Neil Young records.
I'm a Neil guy. I'm a total Neil guy.
Then Brandon, go order. I ordered Young Shakespeare box.
I have enough Neil. I don't need any more.
What's the best sounding Neil record you would recommend for somebody to buy?
Oh, you got to get Massey Park.
Huh?
Massey Hall.
Massey
Hall. Massey Hall,
I
not
like
Massey Hall. I mean, that's the audiophile live record that everyone have to get.
I like On the Beach. I'd take On the Beach any day.
Yeah, but in terms of audio,
I just picked up the one where he does a lot of love. That's
Massey Hall is solo acoustic at its prime, like 72. 72. Spyro Gyro.
I have 0, so
yeah,
none.
Massey Hall.
So
I considered buying one for $3 just to see what it's about.
Actually, you're kicked out of the Jazz Bums if you do buy a Spyro Gyro record.
Are you? Okay, that's fair.
Brandon, do you have any new pickups?
Kenny GT.
No, I showed him.
Mike wasn't paying attention when you were.
I was. I just was asking the only one.
I did get a Roscoe Mitchell that I really like. Shady McGurdy. Shady McGurdy's new shoes. It was a bargain. Really good. On Nessa. I'll see if I can find it.
I just want to show, since it's supposedly about Herbie, I just want to show one thing with Hancock as a sideman. And I think I don't know if Mike has this one here.
No, I don't have that one.
But
look at that. That's cool. Holy
That's
shit.
cool cover.
That's really awesome.
No, that's someone who I only have as a sideman, Prince.
Lachey.
How many does he have? A lot of records as a leader?
A few. There's one with Sonny Simmons also, and there's one as a leader, and then later in his career, I have some stuff on a label. It's only CD, CIMP. That's really good. But this is really good. This is a really good recording.
I'm buying it right now. There's only 5 copies available, and I'll drop.
What's the cover again, please?
I'm gonna drop the link.
It was originally released on Ninja, but there is this is an inner city reissue.
I feel like if you just show an Ninja record, everybody on the stream buys it.
Is that a gatefold?
No.
Oh,
That cover, I've never seen that record.
You never seen?
I've never seen that record, and that cover looks awesome.
Yeah, it reminds me of that Coltrane, the silver cover Coltrane, and Burrell.
Yeah, it reminds me of
different
an old
color,
Prestige. It looks like an old Prestige record.
The texture is the same, different color, obviously.
It reminds me of the X-rays on my colon when I saw it from my doctor.
I think this is the record. I think this is the big record.
True, John.
It's a pricey record.
I think you need to buy this record before someone else does.
When was Massey Hall built? Anybody know when it was built in the Peanut Gallery? Tell me, because we'll find out.
Well, it's a Canadian place, so
I know it's Toronto. If it was built after 1954, then it was named after me.
Hey, Mike. Jazz Bones Mike.
What?
I gotta leave for like 45 minutes to get my kid.
Okay.
I'll be back.
All right.
See you guys.
See you, Chris.
Hey, Chris.
Later.
Okay. I'm just going to drop this link. There are now 4 copies available.
Mhm.
It's not crazy expensive, but if you're interested in Prince Lachey with Cecil McBee and Herbie Hancock,
talk slower, man.
Mazzy's Mazhole.
I think this is the one to get.
What's the name of that record? The
Let's
title?
go, Brendan.
Inside Story.
Inside Story.
Inside Story.
Yeah.
All right.
Harry told me to say that.
Everyone's trying to get it right.
You don't do everything Harry says.
Yes.
Hold on. I'm going to watch and see if people buy this as it goes. Let's see.
It's like the stock market with Mike.
Yep. Somebody bought one. There are 3 more available. It's not crazy expensive. I mean, the most expensive one, they're all decent condition, $45. So, all right. Well, anyway,
I was hoping that everyone would go buy the Mahalia Jackson. Look at that cover.
Yeah. Mazzy,
Newport Jazz Festival, 1958. Mahalia Jackson is one of the. I just love. When I was a kid, I used to watch her. It's funny. My grandmother used to watch her on Sunday morning or whenever it was, and I got in like this Jewish old lady was into Mahalia Jackson, and look how beautiful. This is a beautiful copy of this record.
You keep trying, Mazzy. You need to get the young VC
Oh
involved.
God, Newport 58. You guys need to order this right now.
So it's a good. I busted
the whole world.
What is that? No, I can't see.
In his hands.
I was talking about Inner City. There's all these records that I've picked up over the years, and I play them once, and I'm like, that's cool, and then I leave it, and then I kind of found this one again.
Oh,
It's Kenny Drew and Niels Orsted.
Oh, I would love that.
Pedersen and the duo live. It's the live duo.
They did a few.
It's a pretty cool. It's an hour of music. So
I just bought. There's one. It just came up, and I didn't know about it, but it just came up, and I never seen it before. But it's Walter Davis Jr.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's called. The hell's it called?
Yeah, on Inner City. Yeah,
right.
The purple cover one.
I got it for like $15, and there's like no copies available except for like one for like 100.
Oh, really?
And yeah, I've been streaming it the past 2 days. That is what's weird is you can hear him like humming or vocalizing on top of the piano, It's a little distracting, honestly.
Lots of guys do that.
Yeah, no, it's not too distracting. Like it's a great.
I actually kind of like it. Bud Powell does
I
it.
think I like it a little bit too, but it can be a little distracting.
My girlfriend in college hated the way Keith Jarrett did it, but I thought it was kind of cool.
Yeah,
like,
I got a Ron Carter story, and this is told to me by a guy that plays with Brian Blade, Melvin Butler, who also teaches at the University of Miami. He said that the pianist Stephen Scott was doing a session with Ron Carter, and Stephen Scott also, he hums, and he was doing that, and Ron Carter just turned to him and goes, "Stop it! Just stop it!
Stop
Oh
it!"
my God! I guess you have to if Ron Carter's saying it.
I think I don't know if it was supposed to be, but Glenn Gould, the Bach pianist. He used to do that too.
Really?
Yeah, I don't know if it was doing it because it was supposed to be like a part of it.
Another Canadian.
I've wanted
it's that on the Goldberg variation.
Yes, that's the one. So what pressing of that do you have? Is that the single LP, like old one with the like checkered cover?
I have a couple. I have an old one that's like got a black and white photograph of him that's like an old mono. And then I have the one like the CBS Masterworks from the 80s that sounds really good, but I don't think he hums on the later one. I think he only hums on the early one. But it's kind of cool.
The early one, yeah, I think that's the one to get. I don't have it though.
By the way, Massey Hall was opened in 1894, so I totally blew that one. So.
Zuma's good too.
So it was named after.
I think you're Zuma.
In the off chance that Michael Pocher and Plastic is watching, if you know the Glenn Gould to get for what is
I think it's the Goldberg variations, right?
Yeah, that's the one.
Is that the one where he starts humming along? I think it is.
I'd be curious.
I actually talked with Michael today because in this collection I picked up a ton of classical, a lot of well-recorded classical like stuff. He goes, "Wow, I want that one." He said, "Like I want that one for like $5." For him to say that,
yeah.
I don't have very much classical, but it's almost all Bach.
Yeah, that's I
like anything Bach and Chopin. That's about it.
I will grab the London reissues with the bluebacks. I see them and they're not like, and they're interesting. I'll grab those. And that has served me well. And then I do I'll get like the RCA monos as opposed to living stereos. And you can get those for like a couple bucks and they sound really good too.
Did you know that Van Gelder he did a bunch of classical recordings for Dot Records? He was like,
really?
He was their main guy for a while, and something happened. I don't remember the story. I guess they pissed him off.
At Van Gelder Inglewood Cliffs, they would come to record?
No, Rudy Van Gelder, I don't know. No, he'd probably bring his stuff to the symphony, I would guess, or whatever. But he would record somewhere, but he did it for Dot. It was for Dot Records. At this probably around the same time, like mid 50s to early 60s. He might have stopped doing it for Dot much earlier, but something happened and he wasn't happy with the contract. But he was definitely like really into classical music as well. But yeah, the Rudy Van Gelder.
Well, do they sound good?
Supposedly, if I was more into classical music, apparently to people who like classical, they're fantastic.
Okay.
So he did a really good job at however he did it.
That's good to know.
However he set it up.
Yeah, I feel like whenever I see classical, it's always like Deutsche Grammophon. Sometimes like living stereos.
My classical friends are like, if it's on Deutsche Grammophon, buy it. Like it'll sound good.
Yeah, there's like a bunch of other ones I always ignore. Like there's like one called like Angel or like Angelist or something like that. I don't know. I ignore pretty much everything.
Apparently the Dot ones are really good too, but I think a lot of them are mono.
Okay.
So
You
the
should
Deutsche Grammophon are mostly stereo.
Have you seen 32 films of Glenn Gould? 32 short films of Glenn Gould.
When it came out, though, so like, when was that? Like,
I have that
1990?
soundtrack too. Soundtrack's good too.
The actor is a Canadian actor.
Yeah, he's been in a lot of movies. Yeah.
Yeah, he's always the villain.
A lot of times, yeah.
So he was an American or no?
No, Glenn Gould.
Canadian.
Okay.
It's like almost American.
Yeah. And he primarily recorded for Columbia? Was that like okay?
Yeah, that sounds right.
Yep.
I think the ones I have of him are
Columbia.
I have 2 copies of his album. I'll send you one.
He has a really cool. He does.
I really do want that.
There was the fugue that when Bach was dying, and he was going blind, and he just kind of wrote it. It's called The Art of the Fugue, and it's like his last piece. So it doesn't have any instruments on it. So Glenn Gould plays it on like this big pipe organ with like the bass feet and everything, and just in some church somewhere in Germany, it's like it's just crazy sounding.
Hey, can you make Brendan big? Can you do that again, please?
Why?
I'm joking.
Oh, sorry.
I'd play it, but it would drive everyone nuts.
I got into classical a little bit, but then I would get it, listen to it once, and just not revisit it.
All the stuff I took today is still in my car, and it's a box full of shit.
Yep.
But there's some very interesting labels and high-end recordings of
just go buy that mic,
I took piano lessons in junior high, and the only thing I liked was playing was Bach.
Sure. Is that a CD box? Oh my god!
What is it?
Hold on, let me make them big. Give me 1 second. My slow ass computer. There
What is that?
It's a CD box set
Glenn
of
Gould,
the complete original jacket collection on Sony, who owns probably everything.
Well, that's like Sony did the Dylan one, the Johnny Cash one. They've done the Elvis. Yeah, I was actually BMG, but
No, that's cool. That's like a reference library.
Yeah, if you're
yeah, that's cool.
Most of those old Glenn Goulds on Columbia are cheap too. They're like $10-12 in really clean condition.
Yeah.
What was the it wasn't the Brandenburg variations.
The Goldberg variations.
Sorry, yeah.
Brandenburg and Sherdo's is the.
So what?
I love that.
What I'll do is
written by the wrestler, right?
I think this guy. Yes. I think the Dizzy guy has a bunch of classical records, which I haven't even looked at yet. So I bet you he has a lot of shit like that. So.
Yeah, it's definitely like when you're in a certain mood, I'll put on a couple of them. It's not that often.
All right, well, I got this record today. Can somebody tell me if somebody showed this on the stream already? Because I remember.
Are you getting senile? You're so young.
No, hold on. No, somebody did show it on one of the streams. I just don't know if it's ours or Rob's or whomever's. But do you guys remember seeing like this Coca-Cola label?
No, not tonight.
And I remember somebody saying like,
I showed it. I think it's a label out of Baltimore.
So
I have a Cedar Walton that Robert Ludwig mastered.
Well, this is Jessica Jennifer Williams, and I played this on the store player, so the listening station. I probably listened to a dozen records, and I got this one. I got 2 out of the 15 or so I listened to. This is incredibly this is not an expensive record. I got it for $5. I think on Discogs, that's essentially, it's like $10, something like that. There's a few available, and it's like avant-garde, but like parts of it like sound like you have like Led Zeppelin style John Bottom drumming. Like it's all over the place, and it's really great. I mean, it's a great record. So I grabbed this. I'm so happy to get it, and I just remember the reason when I was looking at it.
So what does she do?
She's a piano player. So the lineup is it here? Okay. So Jessica Williams is on piano. Eddie Henderson is trumpet and flugelhorn. Jim Graffin is tenor sax, and then Richard.
So it is jazz.
Yeah. Oh yeah. This is jazz. Okay. Yes. No. I'm just saying like stylistically, this is like there are parts of it that sound like it's a rock like drummer.
some like,
and then there are parts of it that sound, like free avant-garde. There are parts of it that sound like, just it's all over the place, but it's so good. And I did like a quick little search of like what, some comments that people left on the Discogs, and it's not like a well-reviewed record. Like, not, it is well-reviewed, but it's not covered that much. There isn't too much about it.
I've never heard of her.
But there's two bass players. One of them is Kim Stone, and the other one is Richard Saunders. And then the drummer is Henry Robinet, and it's from 1981. It's on this Clean Cuts record, which they did change their label look after probably they got sued, but they did change it. And this came in a polyline sleeve, and this super clean, and it's just like, it's like audiophile. Like, it's really like, it sounds good. The music is exceptional. And yeah, it was just a really nice find. So definitely check this one out. Give it a stream and just give it a listen.
I have a Cedar Walton, and I think
very good, really good.
Bill Woods record on that. Like,
and I passed up some like records today. Like, I passed up some fuck, I can't remember now.
Yeah,
like, that John Abercrombie on ECM. I was considering getting the one with like the blue.
Yeah,
with Jack. Timeless, and then I passed up.
You should have picked up that record.
I passed up Dexter Gordon Homecoming, like a mint copy.
Yeah, Nicole has a comment about Jessica Williams. She knew her.
Yeah, so what I was reading, there was a Reddit thread. She was at some point, I guess in the 90s, like you would go to her website that she maintained.
Yeah, it may still be up. I'm not sure.
You buy her record, and she would like in the 90s, like she sent you a CDR with like
like I have a number of them. I have like 20. I have 22 Jessica Williams CDs.
Oh my god. Okay, so I never heard of like
I loved her.
This is so good, and again, it's not expensive. Like, and even in the comments on Discogs, people are like, "Get it now while it's cheap."
Yeah, and before I think she also had she had a bad back, but she would. You could have her, play. You could like have her play it like if your house had a great, a nice piano at your house, and you wanted to set up some a night for your friends. You could have her. You could book her, and she would come perform.
Yeah, it sounds like she was like, a motivated. Like she was a jazz musician, but making what she could.
I mean, I missed her the last time she came to the East Coast. She actually played at a jazz festival in New Jersey, and I missed it. And then, she had all the issues with her back, and she never made it back to the East Coast.
Yeah, I knew it was special. Like, I listened to it, and I was like, this sounds awesome. Like, I'm getting this for sure. And then on my way home, I found it on YouTube, and I streamed it in the car. Yeah. And just to confirm, because I was like, I hope that wasn't like a bad pickup, but I listened to it. I was like, this is fucking awesome.
And she, some really excellent live CDs that she recorded. Then these weren't on her own label, but there was a label that was called Max Jazz, and they had only CDs. She did some recordings live from Yoshi's.
Okay.
That are really good.
I'm gonna drop. So there is a song. There's a couple songs. There's at least one song of the album on.
Felipe needs to be let back in.
Oh.
And I'm going to check out. I'm going to listen to you. I got some stuff I got to eat, and I got to do stuff. I'll be listening.
Okay.
Thank you. Thanks, Thank you for demeaning me again for 2 hours.
Of course. Get the hell out of here.
Pleasure.
Okay.
Stop lying, Mazzy. You're going to go hanging out with the young VC.
Sorry, it was a long day. I had to take a break.
All right. So this, if you want to listen to that record I just showed, just to do a quick sample, there's a little snippet. And then
you missed out on the record we sold out, Felipe.
Which one?
It was
it was the Kenny G record.
Okay.
It was a Prince Lachey record on what was it? CTI?
With Herbie on piano.
And Cecil McBee on bass.
That's cool.
Yeah. So anyway, that's the new record I just dropped in. Definitely check it out. I mean, give it a little listen. I thought it was.
You haven't overhyped it.
I thought thought it was great. But what was cool is like I've never even heard of it. It's $5. It's on like this Coca-Cola label. It's like, what is this?
Wow.
So
Are you trying to get us to buy it, or are you trying not to get us to buy it?
No, I'm just trying to justify my purchase. You guys do whatever you want.
It was $5. It's not like the typical 100 you spent on.
I don't care. It's not even about that. If it's a bad purchase, it bothers me because I don't have the space. I just don't.
Well, you do with the normal person. What you don't like, another person will. You could sell it.
Yeah, you need to get over that because it'll kill you. If you obsess about the record, it's
you should have said, like, I literally pulled like a dozen records. They were all fine. You know what I pulled that was really good? There's a VJ by Frank Stasier. You guys know this?
Yeah.
I have.
It has Booker Little on it.
No, I have. Yeah. I have a VJ with Frank Stasier.
They had an 80s pressing from, I forget the name of the label, but it was something I never heard of. I listened to it. It sounded fine. It sounded really good. But I left it because I'm really trying to buy later stuff. I feel like I have plenty of 50 stuff or whatever. And it's like another, hard bop record or whatever. Like, I'm trying to kind of fill in some like genre gaps, I guess. Yeah. So that's why, like, this one I could show. This is Frank Lowe on Soul Note. This is a really excellent session. I mean, I highly recommend this. It has Don Cherry, trumpet, Groucho Moncur III, trombone, Jerry Allen, piano. I mean, already, like, are you not like, and then Charnette Moffat and Charles Moffat.
And what year was that session?
This was 85, and these are pressed in Italy. So I got this for a really good price, like $25 or something. But like, they're not that many, but like, this is a great, and I'm so happy because I don't think I have any Jerry Allen. So this is a way, and she's not even on every song, which kind of sucks. She's on most of the songs, but not every one. So, yeah.
Here, Mike. I have an OG of it.
Yeah, what's the label look like? That's a Soul Note label for anybody interested.
I've got that one. I got the OG. That's a really good record.
Yeah, it was really good. I can say
it's fantastic. Even I'd say
I think they wanted like $8 for it, and it wasn't about the money, honestly. Like, obviously, like, I could buy an $8 record, but I just was like, I want to just focus. I feel like I have plenty of VJ. I have some Booker Little. Like, let's get something new.
Are we doing a vinyl therapy session right now?
Well, that's why. But the thing is, that's why I got this, right? I got this. This is totally
you should have got this.
I have nothing in my collection.
Okay.
I know what you're doing, Mike. You're trying to make a reason so you don't need to buy a mono cartridge. That's what you're doing.
Yes.
I'm not buying any more.
My wife says she doesn't know what that means, but I don't need it.
Mike, you need this record. Booker Little's on it. Look at that lineup, man. It's not just Booker Little's.
I know. It's
that record kicks. It kicks some serious butt.
It sounded great. It sounded good.
Well, you messed up, man.
No, well, I could get it on. There's plenty of copies of that.
Hey, everyone, can you tell me how many Jessica Williams records have sold tonight?
Okay. I had a cool finding yesterday. It's Herbie's first session. This is a reissue. It's not the original one. The original one came on Warwick at Pepper Adams Quintet. This is a reissue. Donald Byrd taking care of business.
Oh yeah.
So there's that's a TCB label, which there's that Freddie Hubbard.
The
Curtis Fuller.
Curtis Fuller record was redone on that label.
Yeah, that one is a yellow. This one is the first. Is the red.
What label? What was it originally released on?
Warwick.
Yeah, they didn't do much.
That's the Pepper Adams. No, that's the Pepper Adams Quintet. And then this is this record needs to be reissued. I think it's a classic, not a Tom Poet for sure, but as Herbie's second session with pretty much the same band.
Yeah,
this is I mean, I think it's probably my favorite Donald Byrd.
It's up there. I don't know. I really like Bird in Flight is kind of my favorite.
But yeah, Bird in Flight is great. And this is that's the Blue Label, Van Gelder.
Nice. I think Mazzy sold an OG on that first Dizzy auction. Hey, Nicole, we all know this.
Right.
I talked about the Black Saint and Soul Notes. I show them.
Oh yeah, I try to get
to you.
Yeah,
but Nicole, do you have the one I showed? The
I'm sure she does.
Frank Lowe. And what do you think of this one? I've only, to be honest, I've only listened to side one of this, and I'll listen to side two tonight. But it is so good. Oh, it's really good.
So I got two more milestones. I haven't played these records yet. I don't know if you guys think about it, but they're like mint. One of them is in Shrink. Two McCoy Tyners on Milestone Horizon.
Mm-hmm.
This one is still in Shrink. I haven't played because I haven't cleaned those records yet, so I don't want to mess with my stylus.
Now, will you take the shrink wrap off when you clean it?
Yeah, I will. Because over time, especially here in Florida, it just gets so hot they kind of stick to the actual cover. That happened to my Coltrane Black Pros. When I bought it, it was really hard to get rid of the and this other one, Inner Voices.
Have you listened to that yet?
No, I just got like yesterday. Mike,
yeah, because I have a copy of that. I don't think I've listened to it. I mean, I don't think I've listened to it yet.
Yeah,
I don't know about it. It's kind of I've listened to it twice.
It's not one of his better albums. There's a lot of choral singing on it, which I'm not really into.
But everybody on it's good.
Yeah. It's a great $5 record. It's a good cheap.
Yeah, you know, like Urkel, Ron Carter, Jackson Match. You know.
Yeah, but there's a lot of choral singing on it.
Yeah, no, I believe so. Let me see what else I got. I got an Impulse, actually two Impulses. No, just one. This one.
Oh, I've been looking for that one actually.
I picked up a '90s reissue of it.
That's not the RVG. That's an original, but it's not the RVG. It's the club edition.
That's one of his better albums. I wish they would reissue that.
I mean, the cover is beautiful.
Yeah.
Is it a trio? What is it?
It's a quartet with no piano. Freddie Herbert, Elvin Jones, and Jimmy Garrison.
It's probably as close to Sonny Rollins does.
That looks awesome.
It's as close to avant-garde as Sonny Rollins does.
Yeah.
It's very, I wouldn't say intense, but it's, you know.
Let me see the year here.
65? Am I wrong?
I think it is, Rob. Let me check. That's what sucks. They would put liner notes right a lot, but they wouldn't put a date in here.
I think it's a must-own. It's one of his strongest albums.
I liked it. I played a little bit because it's not clean yet. I got all the stuff yesterday.
Yeah, great album.
Yeah. Let me see. And there's two more. Oh, this one's came in today. Two. One is an OG. This one is in Shrink, but it's a blue label. I play like just side one. It's killer.
I like that.
I like that. I like that record a lot.
You know what I think I have is a twofer. It's a Paul, whatever his name is, twofer with that on it. Yeah. It's great stuff.
Yeah, blue label, Van Gelder. Can't go wrong with these guys. It's just unbelievable. It sounds really good. Even still dusty, sounds amazing. And it's in Shrink as well.
Wow.
Yeah, good find. Not cheap, but plays perfect. And an OG, I have a blue label. I might sell my blue label. And I'm going to buy the Tone Poet anyways.
Who's on there with him?
It's three. I think it's 3 different sessions.
Yes. James Paul, Joe Henderson, Cayenne Zawadi, Harold Mayburn Jr., Larry Ridley, Clifford Jarvis, and Big Black Conga.
Clifford Jarvis. I don't know much about him.
He's done a number of sessions.
He's got many sessions in Blue Note for sure.
So he's a drummer. Let's see what he's on.
And here it is. It's a little dirty. I haven't cleaned yet. It's
Ooh, I see lines.
yeah, but this is you can feel them. They just have like visual. They don't. Yeah.
All right. He's a hard bop free
Pretty
jazz.
dirty. I haven't cleaned this record yet. It's pretty dirty from the paper.
So he was on the Chet Baker Plays the Best of Lerner and Lowe, which is at Riverside in 1959. He's also a drummer on Alice Coltrane, Carnegie Hall 71. He's on Steeplechase with Kenny Drew. So we just saw the one with Neil Hennings versus Sid Peterson. So he's doing more stuff with Kenny Drew on Steeplechase. Curtis Fuller on Savoy, Images of Curtis Fuller, which is a great record. So he's on a lot of, I mean, there's a lot more too. I'm not going to read everything, but he's on a lot of really excellent albums. Clifford Jarvis.
Clifford Jarvis, yes. I think that he has more Blue Notes also. No?
And he died in 1999.
Did you kill him?
He played with Sun Ra too. Pharoah Sanders, Sonny Simmons, Archie Shepp, Alice Coltrane. But then also like Chet Baker, Kenny Drew, Walter Davis, Elmo Hope.
Jackson Herbert. Yeah, Freddie McLean, yeah. A bunch of those.
A lot of good stuff. I don't think he only had one record as leader on Soul Note, actually.
Yeah.
Little Red Moon, 1986. Let me check this out. Nicole, do you have that one? Clifford Jarvis, Little Red Moon on Soul Note.
Hey, can I show some records that I'm gonna be part of my auction? If people want to see them.
Yeah.
I got a crap ton of Chico Hamilton. That's awesome.
All right, let's see.
And I have all these records. This is a bunch of different sessions with him. These are all monos. I have all of them. They just are awesome records.
That's cool.
Yeah, that one's good.
Am I upside down? That's upside down. CTI. This is a best of album. This is a Van Gelder Minty. I believe this was an album put out of like left off songs of all his CTI albums.
Oh, it's also CTI. Cool.
Yeah, it's Van Gelder. It's minty. It's nice. Got this Savoy reissue of this concert.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah,
I like that record a lot.
Oh, beautiful.
It's a reissue. We got a Joe Pass, one of those 80s, Joy Spring. I'll do the Steeplechase, this Lewis Smith Steeplechase.
Oh, I might buy that. I want that.
Yeah, you do? I got tons of stuff.
I wouldn't mind having his Steeplechase, at least one of his Steeplechase.
I mean they're all awesome. Obviously the and I'll tell you right now, all the reissue Steeplechases are horribly pressed.
I know.
It's so upsetting.
Yeah.
But all those Chet Bakers are like astronomical. The Archie Shepps are great, but there's so much other stuff you can pick up on Steeplechase. It's good. It's not that expensive.
So you're selling all those on Sunday?
Yeah, I have a box full of records. I'm not even going to get through all of them. So
Okay,
I'll do mostly jazz. And then my next auction, I'll probably do non-jazz stuff.
So question. CTI, do all the CTI first pressings have green label or just for a certain period of time?
I don't know. I have the Bill Evans Live in Mantra. That's a green
those green labels are hard to find. I never saw one.
You can find.
I have two green labels. I think my red clay is green label.
Oh, yeah. Mine. Yeah, my red
mine's
clay.
Mine's yellow. I have a yellow red clay.
I only have. I think the Bill Evans is the only green label one I have.
It's Van Gelder, but it's yellow.
They're all Van Gelders.
Felipe, I sent you my concerto. Do you have that?
Yeah.
What label's that one? Oh, that's yellow too, right?
Yellow, yeah.
I did get I did get that Pure Pleasure because the concerto has all the extra. It's 2 discs. That thing sounds amazing. I don't know how they did it, but it's pretty spectacular with all the extra songs on it.
Yeah.
Well, it's just that the Jim Hall CTI, and it's just got extra stuff, or
Yeah. If you get the CD, because I have the CD, and then Pure Pleasure reissued all the stuff on the CD.
Oh, I got you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yes. God, my computer is so slow. Yes, I pulled it up as well, Mike, and yeah, it's definitely an Archie Shepp record.
I'm not selling this one, but I picked this up. It's the original. It's the first pressing on orange vinyl. I mean, on red vinyl. This thing sounds amazing, and it's pretty minty.
Yeah. That's cool.
Yeah, I think I have that. I think I have the yellow one. There's a yellow one.
Oh, right.
I'm selling this.
What's that?
I love that. I love that. There's another one from that same club.
I might want that one from you.
Well,
I guess I got to show up to the auction.
Yeah, I have this one. I don't know if anyone knows this.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. No. This is good.
What the hell is that? That doesn't look good.
Hey, it's Andy Bay.
Andy Bay, man.
And I don't know this. I have no clue. See, now Rob did say that Mike was going to school me.
I just said Andy Bay. That's all I said.
All right. I don't know this.
Oh yeah.
But I don't know. Is he doing more? Because I know his funkier stuff from late 60s.
It has vocals. It's not for me. It has vocals on it.
Yeah. I love the Andy Bay. I like is the more recent stuff because he had a resurgence sort of in the I want to say maybe the 90s and just like he did an album on it was only on CD. It was on this label, a couple albums on this label. It's called Evidence. And I know he had people like Gary Bartz on there, but it's he's doing like standards and everything like that, and it's phenomenal.
This record, this is the one I have. This is total funk record.
Yeah,
it's
That's
great.
the one that just got reissued, right?
Did it? It's pretty good.
I'm gonna do this one. This is like a Blue Note comp from the late '60s.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
So lots of good stuff. Everyone will see stuff they like. All price ranges.
So Brenda got the Herbie Mans as well.
Oh, cool.
He came in yesterday. Thank you.
No problem.
Herbie Man is cool, right? He has so much stuff, all over the place.
Sometimes when I see records and they're good and they're $5, I just pick them up. Even if I have them.
Hey, Brenda, which one did you say you wanted?
The Mal Waldron, maybe.
Let me know. I'll put stuff to the side.
All right.
Yeah, I bought that Mal Waldron. Gosh, I want to say late '80s.
I have so much Mal Waldron.
I do too.
I have to say that there's got to be enough Mal Waldron.
Yeah, and there's another. I guess at that club he did another session. I remember Sherv did a video where he featured that album, which I want to get. I can't recall the title of it. But they're both at the Club Domicile.
I'm gonna sell this because I have it. This is sounds so good.
So this is live continuation of the live record.
Yeah, 2 different sessions.
I
think the only difference is the drummers, right?
So not
it's not Elvin Jones.
No, it's Pete LaRocca and Elvin Jones.
Yeah.
Those are the rest is one is Sonny Rollins, Elber Ware, and Elvin Jones. One is Donald Bailey and Pete LaRocca. But there's one. This is crazy. It's so well done. It's like Sonny is right there in the room with you. It's awesome.
Yeah, I'm just pulling here. The Village. Just pulling the Village Vanguard. The Blue Note is the one that Pete LaRocca. Yeah, Elvin Jones.
It's the extensions. I have 80s a double of both.
Yeah, it's mixed up.
Yeah. It's digital, but it sounds really good. That's the one I have. But this, magnificent.
Oh, gotta get this one.
Yeah, that would be the one to have. I mean, right now at least, because I have the CD.
Yeah.
Which has everything.
I also have one of the Jackie McLean of these. I think I have Hypnosis.
Ooh,
that's
I like that. That's the one I need. Jackknife is great too.
But I would say
they're the same cover, right?
Yeah,
almost the same.
Yeah. So I'll tell you this: that I have a ton of these. The 10 ones, you need the Andrew Hill, the Sam Rivers,
both of the Jackie McLeans,
Procrastinator.
Yeah,
that's probably the most expensive out of all of these.
Yeah.
I have that.
The Sam Rivers.
Yeah. What's that go for now, Rob? Is it like $60?
Which one?
Procrastinator.
No, more than that. I think that thing's going up towards $100. I found a mint copy for $75.
Yeah, I think the Andrew Hill's $100 now too.
Yeah.
I was watching, not watching, but I was flipping through Instagram today, and WCB Jazz Vinyl does the stories, and he got a box in of Music Matters jazz titles.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god! The reason why I thought of it is he got the Procrastinator Music Matters jazz. That was like the one that was on top. He got like a dozen Music Matters.
Yeah, but they're 2 albums and the 2 for the other one is the
Yeah. It's Procrastinator and
Felipe, did you see that? I sent it to you.
No, I haven't watched yet.
You got to check it out. It's a killer Music Matters box.
I mean, this is all of them.
I've got all of them already.
That's a great one to get.
Yeah, that's good. I have that.
Felipe, which ones don't you have?
I don't have a bunch of 33s. Most of mine 45s. Mike, I have 32. I have some SRXs. I still need to get more. Yeah, for sure. I have about like 97, 98 Music Matters. I need to get more.
But is there any like that are top of your list?
Cheaper one, but if you find this, I'm not a big Jazz Crusaders. This is really good.
Let me think, Mike. I think most of the Lee Morgans, mostly they sound amazing.
Do you have the Procrastinator?
No, not Music Matters. No, I think that probably that's the one that I'm missing, and Signwinder, because I have so many Signwinders. I'm not buying the Music Matters.
Yeah,
I have OG, P45, BN80, whatever. I have so many.
Brandon, do you collect Music Matters? Yes, of course you do. Do you collect twofers, like the ones that Rob was showing?
I have Music Matters of like basically kind of like the records I really love that I have an original of, and then I want a playing copy. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like that. I have that original.
This is one.
Oh, that Book of Irvin's good, but you can get that half of that record.
It's a Horace Parlon record.
Yeah, it's
actually both of these. He's the sideman technically on these records.
I think one of my favorite 33s Music Matters is this guy here.
Yeah, I have an original of that. I have the Candy Music Matters.
Yeah,
I have the 45 of that.
I have the ones that I can't afford the originals of. I'll get some Music Matters.
Yeah,
which is at this point all of them.
Even this one's good.
Oh, that's cool.
You know what I've been listening to a lot is the Walter Davis Jr. Davis Cup.
Yeah,
I got that Steeplechase, so I started going into his catalog.
Mm-hmm.
It's a very good hard bop record. Very good, solid record. That could easily be a tone poet.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, because Music Matters didn't do it, did they?
Only AP did a double. Yeah, so that's
AP45. Yes.
Yeah, AP did it.
I think I have a Japanese pressing.
Jackie McLean's on it. It's just a great.
It is a good,
great record.
Yeah, it's Donald Byrd, Jack McLean, Sam Jones, and Art Taylor. I think that's his only leading record on Blue Note, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And then he doesn't have a ton.
No.
As a leader, he doesn't have a ton of as a leader.
That's why I was happy to get that Steeplechase.
Yeah,
that's
good. Really good.
Because he went to Europe, right?
Yeah, because I had that Steeplechase, and then around the same time he did a solo recording for an Italian label, Red Records. Mm-hmm. That's really good, also. Yeah. I like his the limited amount of stuff that he has is really good.
Yeah.
There's I don't think it's available on vinyl, but I think he did one. I'm gonna get the title wrong. It's called something like "In Walk Thelonious" or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's right. Yep.
Yeah. My buddy did the photography. I've showed the photo of that I have of Walter Davis Jr. before. I'll pull it out again. But my buddy did the photography for him because he's a freelance photographer. Jazz
on that record. On that record.
Yeah, and because it was funny because one night we were in a bar and our other buddy comes in with the CD and he shows it, and of course they like got my friend's name wrong. We were laughing, and this guy is like his name is Bob Wessler, and he's like the most laid back guy. And that was like the only time that he almost blew his top. It was so funny.
So the record is Walter Davis Jr. In Walked Thelonious, and what the little notes here say is that Davis immersed himself in 50 of Monk's toughest compositions for 2 months. Wow. Deliberately leaving the choice of which to record until the moment he sat down in the studio at the Steinway.
Yeah.
And then he did 15 songs.
Wow.
So it's just solo piano?
So yeah, it's solo piano Monk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's dope.
That is cool.
Speaking of piano, going back to Herbie.
Oh, yeah.
He also mentions his biggest influences on like harmony were Bill Evans and Chris Peterson. Do you guys have any knowledge much of Chris Peterson?
No.
He didn't record much, but yeah.
I went to high school with him.
Yeah. How old are you, Rob?
Everyone went to high school with a Chris Peterson. It's like a regular name.
Me too.
Yeah.
I've never heard of him. Have you looked him up, Felipe?
Yeah, look at the Wikipedia. Actually, I think I dropped on the chat.
I kind of remember. I think isn't Bill Evans really influenced by him?
No. So Herbie mentions Bill Evans and this Chris Peterson. His biggest influences on harmony composition.
Oh, Chris.
Oh, okay.
Chris who? What's the name?
Chris Peterson was an organ player.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
He was? Is that right, Felipe?
Oh, I'm sorry. It's Chris Anderson.
Chris Anderson.
Oh, geez. Come on, man.
Yeah, no, I've got a number of his things.
We can boat you off the island, Felipe, for that one.
Yeah, Chris Anderson. He played a while with a little bit with I think Dinah Washington, but he also had the what they call I forgot what it's called.
He's
but
got
brittle bone disease.
Yeah, he's got a trio record on VJ, another one on Jazzland with Philly Joe, Walter Perkins, and then some solo stuff.
The solo stuff is amazing. And then he has some stuff that's live at Bradley's, which is a club I used to go to.
That's on Alsit.
label. Yeah. And he has something on DIW also.
Yeah. Also, here's a record of Cliff Jordan.
The one on DIW is called Blues One, and it's a trio with Raymond Drummond and Billy Higgins.
Yeah, that's really good too.
That's a cool cover too.
Yeah. And he has there's it's a CD with Charlie Hayden. It's just Charlie Hayden and Chris Anderson. It's on what's the stereo company? Name.
Yeah.
That shit is off the hook.
Yeah, None But a Lonely Heart, 1996.
Yeah, that is so freaking good.
Interesting.
And then he did another one on that label with a vocalist that is really good also.
Yeah. So, Herbie said that Bill Evans was probably his biggest influence on harmony, but he also said Chris Anderson could do stuff that Bill Evans couldn't.
Mm-hmm.
And that was a big inspiration for him.
All right, guys, I'm gonna jump in a few seconds. I gotta take the dogs out. I'll listen in. The only other thing the two other things I wanted to show, I'll do that really quick. this was an impulse buy. So when I was at the record shop today, this is Dewey Redman's kid, Joshua Redman. Oh, sorry. And he's, a sax player in his own right. And it has Christian McBride. And I really wanted to get more Christian McBride in my collection. I feel like he's a killer bass player, and I just don't really have much of him. So anyway, this is cool. So I picked this up, and it sounds great. I feel like all this modern stuff is, I don't know, it's great. Yeah. It's really excellent. Anyway, so
Mike, you got something about Mary hairdo going on right now.
So, and then the final thing, this is Charlie Hayden. The reason why I got this is Liberation Music Orchestra. It's on the Neon Impulse. Sounds okay.
I see that often. What would you say that's like?
I don't think this record sounds particularly great like an original copy, so I think it probably sounds just as good, honestly. And then I also have the other Neon one I have is
I really dig that Charlie Hayden. It didn't seem like you would like it, Mike.
It's okay. It's like an orchestra. It's like orchestra. I mean, it's literally an orchestra, but like it has a lot of different like styles on it. Like there's some like you hear Latin stuff on it, like you hear all different. Like it really just takes you on a complete like, it's all different.
I really like it.
I like it too. But yeah, it is orchestrated. It's a big group, and so I mean it's so you have to be into that. But yeah, I mean it's really diverse, and it has just really cool kind of arrangements. So I got this, so I wanted to show that. And this is not an expensive record. This is one of the more
even the OGs are $35.
And the thing is, the reason why I got this is because I have no Gato Barbieri in my collection. And
I have one set aside for you.
He's on this, and he's. Well, let me see who else is on this.
You need to get the Phoenix on Dutchman.
Yes,
that's the Gato to get.
Is that the one with Don Cherry?
It also has Roswell Rudd, Paul Motion, Gato Barbieri.
Well, you got to get the soundtrack to Last Tango in Paris. That's
Dewey Redman, Charlie Hayden, Don Cherry. So it's got like the lineup is like all-star.
You gotta get all the impulse shit. Forgot to do that.
Right. Okay, guys, I'm gonna jump.
Hang on before you go. I have 52 actually. So
yeah, I might take off too. I'm so tired today.
Yeah, Mike, it's Gato Barbieri, the Phoenix, and it's spelled F-E-N-I-X, not P-H-O.
Yeah. Okay.
F-E-N-A-X. And I think it's a $12, $15 record. Maybe. Yeah. Maybe not even that.
Last Tango in Paris.
Yes.
So yeah,
we're gonna have to. I think we're gonna have to get the
super bargain
tonight because me and Mike are the ones with the turn off the lights button.
Okay. Well, it seems like everybody is cool with that. So, thank you for everyone who joined.
Absolutely.
We'll cut it short tonight, and if we're cutting it short, go over to Patrick the Vinyl Archivist stream.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And join us Sunday. Me and Chris will be there. Maybe there'll be appearances.
Yes. Yeah. So Sunday, Rob at 2 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m.
11. Yeah.
11 a.m. Pacific, auctioning, jazz, and other killer stuff. And go over to Patrick's stream. Tell him the Jazz Bums sent you. So it's Patrick, the Vinyl Archivist. Go sub up to him. He's streaming right now. They have a great stream.
Just to wrap up, Ryan, I don't think Music Matters did this one. This is an AP45. Pretty good. He had asked about it. So Music Matters. I don't know. I have this one as AP45.
I think you can still find originals of that for not too much too.
It's there. They go for around $250.
Oh, they do.
There's
forget about what I said. I'm in the past.
Yeah.
And the Hank self-titled, I don't think every 9 they reissue that.
There's Scorpios of those.
I have the Japanese of that one. It's pretty good.
Yeah, that's the
It's just basic hard bop. I mean,
that's the divisional UA. Yes.
Isn't that one of the most expensive records? The OG record.
It's the one you're thinking of is
this is
1586 or whatever, where he's like playing the horn.
1585.
No, I thought it was like with an illustration on it. Am I wrong?
All right, I just dropped in.
I'm leaving too. So
I just dropped Patrick's live stream. Click that. Go and continue the night over there. Tell him that the Jazz Bum sent you.
Yeah,
please.
Yeah, don't get angry at Mike. Tell him Jazz Bum Mike sent you.
Yeah, tell him Jazz Bum Mike sent you. All right, see you guys.
90 days.